Hey, one and all, how are you tonight or this morning? I know most of you are probably over on Drawn Mike's channel watching the Drawn and Quartered. I am live now. I'm just waiting for them to put up the poll. I'm going to vote and then I'm here and I'll find out later who won. Has that straw poll gone up yet? I'm just waiting for the straw poll to go up on Drawn and Quartered, and then I will get busy. And hopefully Manny and somebody will be in soon too. I just figured I said I was putting it up at about 1, so. So how was your sleep? I guess. Uh, uh, you know what? I'm gonna listen to this in my ears, and when they say, and s- s- 1, 2. So I'm starting to draw. When they say the straw pulls up, I'll stop, go over, do that, and come back. I actually should see these. I have. See, I know who I'm voting for. Hey, everybody that's watching. I am drawing Trigon, Raven's father from the Teen Titans. Probably. Um, I'm not sure how strong he was in the comics. but probably was stronger than the Teen Titans Go. That is a pathetic TV series. Cartoon superhero. Okay, I want to see. Oh, that's pretty good. Ethan's looks good. I Gary Shipman talking smack. Oh. Let me get the straw fall up yet. Oh, will you add some color? I'm I'm just not sure what. Add his eye color. Well, they usually seem to have about 9 drawers. You know, sometimes they work it out that way, sometimes they don't. Oh, 400. Because that's the pros. Mike's channel is a big channel, and all those. It's just to draw having all those pros on there. Okay, can you see me now? Okay. Okay, come on, what's going on? Okay. Okay, there we go. Manny, if you can hear me, I gave you the link in Facebook. Okay, there we go. Nice fingers. I'm gonna re-give it to Tank too. Not sure whether he's still up or not, but yeah, yeah. Hello, everybody who's tuning in. Okay, here we go. Just sending out a link to some people to come in, hopefully. Hey, Ted, how are you? Manny, I'm not sure whether you can hear me, but it's where it would normally be. So I'm going to combine a few different looks here that I've got. Hello.
Good evening, everyone. Aloha. I'm eating dinner right now, so excuse me. You might hear somebody eating fries.
No problem. I don't care. I
Eating
don't
French
think they
fries.
care.
My dog is eating my fries. She's going
So yeah.
nuts over here.
So you're a fry guy.
Not really. I'm not a fry guy at all. But my wife bought McDonald's for dinner tonight, so I get to eat a Big Mac. Yay! Pope Rogue, can I get something to drink, Pope Rogue? I know you're listening,
Um,
Pope Rogue. He's not in the chat, but he's listening.
yeah. How strong is Triton and Injustice? Evil Superman didn't fear him. Probably Evil Superman didn't fear him because he had some backup from people or whatever. I don't know. I don't know why he wouldn't have feared him too much, you know. But then again, Evil Superman was a bit overconfident too. Well, was but wasn't overconfident. I don't know. I'm
All
not
bow
sure.
before dark side.
I can look at. So, what are you besides eating? What are you doing, Manny?
I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna trace a damn bank vault.
Yeah, trace a bank vault.
Yeah, because I did draw a bank vault, but it didn't come out that well. I mean, my first page got a pop, so I'm just gonna use this photo reference, like all the rest of the damn comic pros out there.
Haha, Bob. As if you don't know who Superman is.
Kneel before Zod, said Chad Middleton.
You know, yeah, Superman subject is subject to magic, but the supernatural. But Trigon doesn't use a lot of supernat. Although he's supernatural in origins, I don't think he really uses a lot of magic and stuff when he's fighting. So maybe that's why Superman was not afraid of him. Oh, have you ever played the game Injustice?
Who are you talking to? Me?
God, no, chat, Bob. Injustice, Gods Among Us. In it, Superman's an evil guy. No, you might be able to find the stuff in YouTube about it. They might have the cinematic stuff from the game. You can buy it, the game. I think you can buy it for a computer, and they also have it for Android download for phones too. A version of it, not as good as the console game, mind you, and Injustice 2. So you could probably look it up on YouTube at a later point and watch it, the cinematic stuff. It was made strictly for the video game stuff, so unfortunately, the except for the cinematic stuff that they have on YouTube, putting it all together, you'll never have an actual thing. Probably comic of it. I mean, movie of it. He doesn't seem to be, but like I said, I don't think Shazam is, but I could be wrong. I know they've probably battled at some point, but Um, Here, let me relook at it again, Bob. You mind it? Hey, Bob, you mind if I share it with me? Put it up so Manny can see here, and that way he can give his inputs too.
Did I miss anything?
Bob was wondering what he would have in. Bob's just wondering. He sent me a pic of a skull that he had to do. If you remember, he was telling us, or were you there? He had to do for school drawing,
Cool.
anatomically correct. He sent me a pic of it,
Oh,
and
good.
he's just wondering whether I got any tips for to make it better. So I'm
Did you
just making sure.
did you put it up?
Not yet. Well, I'm bringing it up, but I'm just making sure
Hello.
it's all right to.
Hello, Mighty
Oh, you
Geek.
know what I mean? Huh. Uh, okay, so he said it's all right. So well,
Okay. Chad, what's on my screen is a bank vault.
okay. Can you see that, Manny? Should be up there now. That
Just
I'm
waiting.
sharing my screen.
Uh, I'm just waiting for it to come up.
Okay.
It looks pretty damn good to me.
Yeah.
I mean, all he's got to do is just put in darker shades, and you're on the right
Yeah.
track. That looks great.
Yeah. Are you allowed to ink it, Bob? That's maybe about the only thing that I'd do, so your lines stand out too. Yeah. Yeah. About the only thing I'd think of is maybe more shading in the one eye socket to show the depth in there too.
What? It's just starting. I mean, I know he's not finished with that. That's a great start.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure whether he was going any further with it at this point, but well, I guess he wants to make it better for class.
It's great.
Yeah.
So, anyways, what's on my screen was the first page, the splash page for Skunk Girl, and I looked at it and I'm like, that ain't good enough. So I'm gonna redo it.
Cool. You can't ink. Well, then I just go over. Well, I'm not sure how dark your ink pencil lines are. I just maybe go over your outer lines, some of your outer lines, your lines, to make them a little darker. That's about all I can think of. If you can't ink, and just shade in that one socket a little to give it some depth. But other than that, I'd say it's real good. Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing. I
Are you
might. I
on?
don't. Pardon?
Are you on the show tomorrow?
Oh, John's. Oh, you mean thing? Hopefully, if I can get um, home in time.
Cool. Did they finalize
Thanks.
people that's gonna be on there?
Pardon?
Or did they finalize who's gonna be on there?
I don't know. I can see. Well, just contact Pixel, see whether he knows, and if there's a spot
Um,
open, there's
well,
nothing wrong with asking if there's a
no, no,
spot
no, no.
open.
My whole thing is I don't want to be on tomorrow night. I will want some new blood in there, and maybe later on, like once you get all these champions, then have like a champion edition.
Yeah.
It's like give other people chance to win the
Uh,
competition.
he's saying this. Okay, well, like I said, maybe the best thing then maybe is the shading in the one eye socket that didn't look like it had any shading in on line. Anyways, I'm not sure whether there's shading in real life. Yeah, it'd be nice to do a champion edition, John and Quarter fan edition, champion edition.
Yeah, I mean that would be awesome. I'm pretty sure everybody wants to see that. Gives more blood to new blood out there. I mean, I already won the Starfire, and then I won the Slave Leia. What else do I have to prove?
Yeah. Malin really gave a big shot at John, though,
I I I
with him not winning again and coming on the fan edition.
yeah,
John's got to find a way to win, do the fan edition again and win and come on, just to throw it in Malin's face.
but it's just a popularity contest when you get to the big leagues.
Well, it's part popularity, part um, art, because look at, Mike's popular and it was on his channel for weeks. And it wasn't until he got rid of that potato camera or did something about his internet and people
Right,
were actually able to see his artwork that he was actually able to win.
exactly.
John saying, I would win, but we need 8 competitors. Look at my wrench. Yeah, I gave John a wrench earlier
Why
today.
would you do that? Just because you go on his show, you sucking up to John Dillard. You don't gotta suck up to that guy.
Yes, I do. He's hopefully he's going to continue drawing my comic.
Did you see my comment? Did you see my comment in the messenger? Adrian didn't know who my nemesis was.
Oh yeah.
It's like, damn, my
uh,
nemesis is still here.
yeah, just remember, top secret.
Yeah,
But you like my practical joke for you, Jerry? The Trotting Corner.
yeah. What happened was I went to the doctor's after work today. I had to get my eyes checked, my annual eyes checked. So my pupils were totally dilated. So I didn't want to look at the computer screen. I mean, it hurts. I mean, you've had that before. I know you've
Yeah.
had that before. So I stood on bed and I kind of fell asleep. So when I woke up, because I mean YouTube wasn't working, so I just said, "Oh, I'll just go take a nap." And I usually never take a nap in the afternoon. So
Oh wow.
when I woke up and I saw I was reading the chat, I'm like, "What the hell is this Squirrel Girl crap? Like, what is he trying to do to me?" On yes, well, nobody sent me anything, so that's good.
Not yet, anyways.
Not yet. John will be the first one to sending me freaking Squirrel Girl crap.
Hey Ray.
And the rest of the chat will be sending me Squirrel Girl now. Yeah.
Yes, in the John and Quarter Pro Edition, I was tweeting out send Good Dog Press Squirrel Girl fan pics on Twitter.
Yeah. Well, as long as you didn't tell them to say Squirrel Girl is better.
I just thought it'd be a neat practical joke.
It was. It was a good little practical joke. I'll give you that.
Especially since you're saying I don't trash talk you enough.
Yeah, you don't. Oh, so you have been reading. Very good. You need to
Yes,
start
I know how to read.
step up your game and trash talk a little bit more. John and I can't hold all the bad stuff. We can't be the bad guys. You gotta be some bad too.
I trash talk a little enough.
Everybody likes. Hey yo, everybody likes the bad guy. Okay.
Can't
Okay.
tarnish my image too much, you know.
You have me on your show. You have John on your show. Your image is going downhill real fast. Okay. Your goody two shoes is gone.
Can Ray draw? Uh, just see what the chat's saying. Oh, hello, Wendy. Skunk girl in the house. Oh, your wife's in the chat.
Yes, she is.
I just,
Good.
I just saw the Wendy at first, and then I saw the last name. Oh, that's his wife.
Yes. Good. Good evening, skunk girl. Hi, honey.
Skunk girl. Now who's kissing up?
Uh,
Quite literally.
well, when you're married, you better start kissing up.
Yeah, sure. Oh, hey, Ray. Bob's wondering whether you can draw.
Do, 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 do. So, how was your day this morning with Mr. Dillard?
Good.
Good Dog did make an appearance on your show.
You didn't
On,
make an
on,
appearance on mine. You made an
on,
appearance on his.
on his show. Yes. I just woke up. I'm like, oh, let me go see if they're on. Hey, they're on. I'll just say hello and goodbye.
Oh, Skunk Girl's aged another 10 years. Oh, got date night on Friday?
Yes, I do. So I will
Oh,
not be
well, that's
here.
going to ruin the drawing competition
Well,
on
I'm not.
Friday
I'm
now.
not gonna. I'm not gonna tell you where I'm gonna be. I'll be in the chat. I'll make you guys jealous of where I'm gonna be. Okay. So hopefully, Skunk Girl don't say where we're going.
Unless you're going to Disney World, I'm not going to be jealous. But then again, you're in Hawaii. I'm already jealous.
There you go.
But then again, it's the United States, so that makes me less jealous.
Hey, 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 hey. We're gonna kick. We're gonna kick you pretty soon on your own show. All right.
Your wife saying she wants you to give her a good foot rub.
Yeah, she's using my friends against me. Oh, nice. Gonna be knee deep in some. Oh, ooh.
So I guess since your wife has the phone, we're not going to see Pope Rogue tonight.
Well, Pope Rogue messed up, and he knows how he messed up. Not in a bad way. He just forgot to charge up the iPad.
Uh,
So he is charging it right now. So Pope Rogue will be here. Well, Pope Rogue's listening, and Pope Rogue forgot to bring me something to drink.
yeah, he's listening on Mom's phone.
No, he's listening on my phone. What do we got?
Your wife
Who's
would
gonna
like to
sit?
know where the 73-year-old skunk girl.
Uh, damn you, Dillard.
Where's the 73-year-old skunk girl? In John Dillard's mind.
Exactly.
He ages skunk girl 10 years a day.
Yeah. Every day,
Or
Skunk Girl goes up.
every 2 days. Something like that.
Thank you. Thank you, Pope Rogue. You want to say hi? Say hi. Come on. Say hi, Uncle Rick. Come on. Say hi, Uncle Rick.
Hi, Uncle Rick.
Hello, Pope Rogue. How art thou tonight?
How are you tonight?
Fine, I guess.
Fine, you guess. You don't know? If you don't know how you are, how is anybody else supposed to know?
Louder.
I'm fine.
Speak louder. Put this in the refrigerator, please.
Don't be afraid. I
Oh,
won't bite.
be afraid. Be very afraid from these people on the internet. Damn, you meet the weirdest people on YouTube.
Yeah, and you're talking to one.
Yeah.
Hey, don't be afraid. I don't bite much.
But he's part of the dog clan, so he can bite back.
Raven is greater than Rogue.
Never.
Well, I use some. Hopefully, I use some clickbait for the Comicsgate community.
It's all
I
dogs
got.
and Raven's dead. Mm, cool. What's going on? What's going on over there? Hmm.
Oh yeah, John Malin won drawn and quartered. It's a miracle.
Wow. Who did he pay off?
I think it's Ethan's influence.
And you know the bad part is if Ethan had been there the whole time, he would have won.
Yeah. Heck, in some ways, I'm surprised even with the 40 minutes that he was there
I
in
mean,
that picture
did you see what
that
he
he
did in
did.
40 minutes?
Yeah.
I mean, if he had put a glove on that, oh, he would have won. He is a beast. Yes, there's no doubt about that.
And he barely did any pencils too, I think. I think he just like
Well, no,
did inks.
no,
He
he did the
threw down a
pencils. He did the pencils. He just left the pencils on there. He just didn't erase them.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he's a beast.
Man, he's drawing.
What am I
What are you?
drawing?
Ray's asking, what are we drawing? I am drawing Trigon, or trying to draw Trigon, Raven's father, and Manny, I think, tracing a bank vault. And John says something boring as usual.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hater.
Yes, Manny's trying to. Manny's sketching out his details to rob the bank.
Yes.
I don't know what bank. He
Just
doesn't even know what bank. He doesn't even know what bank because it's
well,
not.
I've got to come up with a bank name for whatever city I'm going to be putting Skunk Girl in.
Well, she's mobile, so
Yeah, but I mean, it's got to come up with
you
some
you you
weird bank
yeah.
name. It's going to have to be a play on skunk. So let me
Well,
think about it.
you just go the first bank of whatever.
Well, yeah, it's going to be the first bank or whatever, but that's what I need to find out. I might have to just go through a thesaurus and find out what should it be for stink, Some off the wall.
Stinksville.
No, I mean that's too obvious. I want it to be not obvious. So when people first read it, they're like, "What the heck is that first bank of what?" And then they have to go look it up and they'll catch the joke.
Well, most of them, if depending on the name, they're just gonna think,
Right. Well, most
it's some
people
city. you know, that they
Right,
don't
right.
know of.
But then some people actually look it up, or some people might just get the joke right off the bat. So something
Yeah.
for me to think about. Not finalized yet. Like I said, I mean, I'm gonna if I gotta redo the first page, like I'm doing right now, I'm redoing that first page. I just was not happy with the first page. I mean, it was okay. That's all it was okay. You know, I think this would be way better. I mean, you gotta wow them on the very first page.
Oh, we got the fake crust comics in the chat saying go describe to John. Pope Raven saying John Diller's my father. Uh, John Dillard saying El Banco Stanco.
uh,
John Dillard saying Hail Raven. And Mighty Geek saying First Bank of Noseville.
Roseville, Schnozville. I'll come up with something.
Yeah, you will.
Right now, just want to make sure that very first page is awesome. Don't want it to be boring.
Okay.
What's
We'll
going on?
see you, Pope. I mean, Bob.
Pope Bob is leaving.
We'll see you, Pope Miguel.
Bob the Popoyo. I always say Popoyo, even though it's Popio. See ya, Bob. Be good at school.
See you, Bub.
Wait, you gotta shout out the person's name. You gotta say Chad Milton said, "See ya, Bob."
I didn't say that. Chad Millington didn't say that. Chad,
You did say
Chad,
that.
well, not when I was saying that. Chad says Claymore Bank. That's where all your Kickstarter money is at. See
Hey,
you,
hey, hey, hey.
Bob.
Stop it.
I will. I'm doing that tomorrow night. Probably. I'm not sure what time. Well, it's going to be after hopefully after Drawn and Quartered Fan Edition. I got to get it home in time to be on that.
John Dillard said, "If you don't want it to be boring, have John Dillard." Yeah, if you want a man face on Skunk Girl.
Yeah, well, he's not the one that drew Skunk Dog.
Hey, Skunk Dog was cute, but Leia
Cute,
is not a man.
cute. Maybe cute, but Skunk Girl's supposed to have skunks, not skunk dogs.
Hey, hey, hey. It will be fixed. And it was cute, okay? It was super cute.
Nobody
Chad
denied that it
Middleton
was cute.
says Skunk Girl Rule 38, 34,
34. Oh.
34.
Fake
What's
Crust
Skunk Girl
Comics.
Rule? What is Skunk Girl Rule 34? Chad, enlighten us. Tell us what it means. I am confused. I am
Always
easily
stink up the
confused
room.
when I'm here with.
Is this like the Ferengi laws? Okay. Yeah. John says, if you don't want it to be boring, have
I already
John.
read
Oh,
that.
okay. Fake Crust Comics says, bye, Bob. So Bob is saying bye to Bob with his fake account.
Oh. Oh, no, 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 no. No, Chad. No, Chad. We don't do here this on Rick's channel. I'll let Rick read that.
No, I won't read it. But
No
unfortunately,
prawn. No prawn.
But unfortunately, that rule is probably true. If it's out there long enough, there is.
No prawn on
Not
this
that,
show.
not that that's a good thing. It's just, unfortunately, it is a thing.
Stay away from deviant arts.
Unless you're going on to the Real Cross Comics channel or Good Dog Press.
So, so who's this fake Cross Comics?
Bob has set up an account, although he'll deny it, called Cross Comics. It doesn't say fake Cross Comics, but it's not me. And he comes into the chat and types under it. And it's got my emblem and everything. But the only difference is if I type in my chat, guess what? The yellow thing goes over it. So you can know in my chat, it's not me.
Oh boy. John
So
Dillard,
beer.
give me the system. John Dillard says Skunk Girl drinks Ovaltine with Geritol. Man, John Dillard, if you was here, Skunk Girl would beat the hell out of you. You don't want to be talking about Skunk Girl when Skunk Girl is in the chat. The real Skunk Girl is in the chat, people. So if you have any questions, if you want to embarrass me, ask Skunk Girl about me. She will embarrass me.
The voice of Skunk Girl says, Noisum, for, I guess, names for bank. Noisum? Not sure how to pronounce that. Malador or pungent, just to name a few for odor, offensive odor. I guess that's stuff that you can possibly use for.
Odorous. Yes. And Pope Raven says, I am the real Skunk Girl. He changed his gender again. What's going on out there, Mighty Geek? How was your day?
How did everybody enjoy the drawn and quartered? What do you think of Malin winning finally?
Ooh, ooh. Sympathy vote.
Yep. Mike wins this week or last week. Malin wins this week. What's the world coming to?
Yeah. Paid off somebody for that one, that's for sure.
Finally got enough people in the chat to vote for him.
I don't even remember what his one looked like.
I don't either. I don't remember what a lot of them looked like.
I remember Mike's one. I remember Ethan's, of course. The Beast.
Yeah. The headshot.
I like Kanan's. I actually voted for Kanan.
Yeah, I voted for Dave. It was between Dave and Ethan for me.
Who was Dave?
The fan champ from last week.
Yeah. No, I did not vote for him. Sorry.
Like I said, it was between him and Ethan for me.
Oh yeah, I mean,
just because to come in there and do that in 40 minutes,
he knows what the hell he's doing. Obviously, I mean, what he can. I mean,
so far so good. Mighty Geek saying for his day. IRL, I am Manny's goatee.
I do not have a goatee. I have a Van Dyke, not a goatee. There's a difference. No, people got to look that up.
Mighty Geek says he added a few special effects and also says Malin's was the one in the rain. Okay.
So what you drawing tonight? Raven's dad, Trigon. Or Trigoon.
Trigon.
Trigon. Cool.
And Manny's drawing a bank vault.
Yeah. Fun stuff.
We we know which one of us has the more exciting drawing tonight.
Well, I have not drawn Skunk Girl yet. Just because I'm drawing the background first, I will have fun soon. Why is that not working?
I don't know.
Oh, because I did not close that. That's why.
Because your computer's broken. No.
No, you need to close before you try to fill. You should
Sure.
know that. Because if you don't, you fill up everything.
Yeah. Or you
Ooh,
don't fill up.
I
Or
don't want.
sometimes you just don't fill up anything. It
Yeah.
won't. I'm not watching, so I don't know what you're doing. I'm
Like
concentrating on drawing.
like you said, I'm doing a real exciting drawing here. I'm drawing a bank vault. So all you comic artists, aspiring comic artists out there, you don't get to draw the superhero much. You get to draw still lives.
Yeah,
A
you got to draw all
lot
that.
of still lives. That's what it's called, still life drawing.
Yeah,
So
you got to draw all that background stuff. What do we got
yeah,
here?
and the
John here's
background,
it here. Sorry. Go ahead.
like I said, I mean the background's got to be just as dynamic as that superhero, or your book is not going to look good at all.
John Hughes is here. It says, "Hail Raven, what's up, everybody?" Pope Raven says, "Hail Raven, hi Joshua." John Dillard says, "Hail Raven, hello Josh."
Everybody's hailing everybody else, but nobody's hailing a cab. But bum.
You say mine are bad.
Hey, I did the bump, which means that it was bad. I knew it was bad when I was saying it. Okay.
You said I didn't already know a lot of mine were bad, but like I said, if there's a pun, I'll find it.
Hey, what do they want? It's not like they paid anything to watch us be monkeys in front of them. Come on. So we gotta pick a night and make it fan night. Whatever they want us to draw, we gotta draw again.
Well, we can do that Saturday night after I do. Well, you can do it while I'm doing my drawing, and you can do, and I can join in on that after I do my whatever I'm supposed to draw that night, whatever independent character.
Cool. I can do that.
Hopefully, hopefully this Saturday we might have. Is this it? This Saturday I'm supposed to do. Yeah, I'm supposed to do say Santana from Brand this Saturday. I've asked Antonio to be on. He has not given a definite yes, so I'm gonna send him out the link still.
Mm,
And told him I would, so he said he couldn't confirm or whatever. He's on a lot of stuff or whatever, so. And I'm
Good
gonna send
evening.
him out the link for.
ooh, good evening. Who is that?
Hello,
Who's that sexy voice?
that's probably
Hey,
Tank.
hey, hey.
Tank.
Ooh,
Hey,
Tank.
Tank.
How you guys doing?
I like that
Good.
Trigon you're
Great.
working on there.
Pardon?
I like the Trigon.
Thank you.
He looks titanic.
That's what part of what I was trying to make sure that he looked big.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
you definitely
You nailed that. That's awesome.
You know, he's just
I
got to
like it.
take up most. He's got to take up most of the page. You know, unlike my slave Leia.
But
Well,
your
and
slave Leia looked feminine.
Yeah, unlike somebody's face for their slave Leia.
Everybody really knocked it out of the park. It was so awesome. Mine was terrible though. Just
Uh,
terrible. She
not
had
your
meaty
finished product.
arms.
That finished product was awesome.
Oh, thanks, man. I liked it for like 5 whole minutes.
Oh, that reminds me. With Tank on, so with a tweet, Tank sent me a DM that he sent me about
Ooh,
doing the Comics Gate characters as a multi guy. I've started the rough.
Yeah.
I've started the rough.
oh, sweet. Oh,
Um,
it's okay. I could see it a little.
I've got Lone Star's goggles on him with the star thing above it. Sort of Red Rooster's mask, but at least with the red thing.
Nice.
Bigfoot Bill, the eyes things on Bigfoot Bill's chest. From T-Bird, I've got the T on.
Good.
Cyberfrog's hand. I've got a hand from Mortal World. I got the belt from Jawbreakers. Part of I'm not sure of his name, but from Bran, the leg. From Brutus, a boot. From Detective Dead, the leg part there. What else?
Nice.
The
Nice.
cape. The cape is from the bull. Oh, this part of the leg here is from black and white. I'll just color it, like black, from the one character.
There you go.
I'm just trying to figure out how to fit Asgard in and Graveyard.
Well,
Just because I'm not sure
and
what any of the characters look like good. There's no good picks that I've seen. So, well,
I was
there's
gonna
great
say
picks, but
if you gave him a little bit of an undead kind of look, like he was dead, that would totally fit into the graveyard shift since they're undead super soldier weapon X type deals.
yeah, yeah,
And as for the last one, that's a tough one. Maybe there's an accessory or something you can accessorize with, and I think that's busy enough.
yeah,
That's real good. That because you do want it to be. I mean, unfortunately, everything is down because I was gonna show next time I came on, I was gonna show uh, some cool stuff that I learned while working in LA about icon design,
yeah.
which is crazy. People who can just kind of like whip that out of their head amaze me because the whole game of icon design is how recognizable of an image can you create with as few shapes possible.
Yeah. I just went in doing it just like I wanted to create I wanted to make sure I included a lot of the things, and it's just how do
Mhm.
you include a lot of them, especially with a lot. I
It,
went to IndieCon as you suggested, and I
Mhm.
just it's like okay, I'm not familiar with a lot of the characters.
well, you could always make him like uh, you could always make him composed of a certain like top number of who pushed the most copies. Now, who made the most money? Because that's a different game. Who pushed the
Yeah,
most copies? Who moved the needle the furthest?
yeah,
You feel me? Who
yeah,
moved the needle the furthest, and then because I like how you've broken him down. He's broken down into chunks, so if somebody else wants to draw him, he's going to be kind of easy to remember. Oh, he's got Bigfoot Bill's chest. He's got Red Rooster's whole mask thing, but he's wearing the goggles, you know,
from Lone Star.
Lone
Yeah,
Star goggles. Yeah, and that's good. I mean, he's got that whole cyber frog hand. He's got uh He's got a detective dead leg with Brutus's foot, and he's got the black and white leg with the other foot.
Yeah.
Breaking it down at where the body comes apart at the joints is a really great place to break stuff down. One of the most honestly one of the best character designers for the early '90s. And people are gonna hate me for this. Is Rob Liefeld. You look at the designs that he came up with that were rejected, they were really chic. They were trendy and they were hot. But the thing that really broke them down is that they were easy to reproduce at the same time, using simple shapes to break down a character.
Sure. Okay,
I
give it
like
a
like
second. I was just gonna read a couple chats quick.
oh yeah,
Raven
go ahead, man.
Joshua says Raven's greater than Trigon. Trigon is a jerk. The cult of Raven denounces him. Well, Raven does denounce her father, so I would hope the cult of Raven would denounce him. John Dillard saying, "Lame idea, Rick. I'm a win anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. It's true. I am amazing."
See, I'm not entering my own, so I'm gonna be like that old crotchety man in Rocky's corner for Rick. I mean, I get him, you bum. You got this, Rocky. Be all Burgess Meredith.
It's just when do we have to put that stuff in by, or does anybody know?
October 31st, I think, or October 30th.
Okay, I guess I got enough time to draw them up, ink them, scan them, and then color them.
Okay, let me go
Seeing
through this
as
chat the right way. You missed a lot of chat there, man.
Uh-oh.
The chat don't
oh
like when you miss their chat. Come on now.
yeah, I missed the top stuff.
Yeah, you missed a lot, man. I mean, the chat wants you to shout them out. They want their name to be shouted out.
Yeah. So I
Okay,
sometimes
okay. So let's go
yeah.
all the way
Since
to
you're
the
just
top.
drawing the bank vault, you can do that.
Yeah. So let's start with John Diller, Gaming a System. Hail Raven. Hello, Josh. Mighty Geek Studio says, "What's up, Raven?" John Dillard says, "Oh, Manny, no." Pope Raven, "Hi, Mighty Geek." Joshua Hughes said, "I'm so glad that we have John Dillard, the fan champ, on Team Raven. You should join our cult, John." John Dillard, Gaming a System, said, "Honey, what is you doing?" I guess that's towards me because I said honey. Pope Raven, "I want you to draw good." Sad face. John Dillard said, "They are paying you with their valuable time and attention." John Hughes said, "Is that Trigon?" Nice. Pope
Yes, it's
Raven. Pope Raven said, "Raven is greater than Trigon." John Hughes said, "Raven is greater than Trigon. Trigon is a jerk." The coat of Raven denounced him. John Dillard gave me the system. Lame idea, Rick. I'm going to win anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. It don't
You
matter.
don't listen to him, Rocky. You got this.
Don't listen to him, Rick. John Dillard also said, "It's true. I am amazing." And then John Dillard said, "Midnight tonight for mascot." And we are caught up with the chat.
for now.
See, you gotta tell their names, man. They want to hear their names. They're not gonna chat
Sure.
with you, Rick.
You have to celebrate the fans.
Exactly.
Otherwise,
You
they
don't.
might stop
I
celebrating
said
you.
John Dillard. I
No,
didn't.
but you
I
didn't give
didn't read.
you didn't give Hughes any love. You didn't give Pope Raven any love.
Well, I said commented about comment.
And Mighty Geek chimes in. Raven and Starfire will have to fight to the death, and the winner will get me as a member. Ooh, that sounds
Yeah, yeah.
that sounds sexy. That sounds real sexy there, Mighty Geek.
That's something I was wanting to do. A Pope off. That's something I was wanting to do on the channel here. A Pope off.
That sounds wrong. Don't say that again.
A poop off?
Everybody, everybody, hide your ears when Rick says weird things like that.
A poop off?
Whoa, whoa. Well, that's something you find on the dark web, my friend. Uh, a poop off.
See, you just lost two viewers, man, with that.
Yeah,
Two people didn't jump ship, man.
I don't like you on
yeah.
my team.
Pope Raven said, I
Thinks
don't
he
want
is
my
too
own
very.
team. Pope Raven said, I don't want my own team. John Dillard said, Rick thinks he is too famous for the chat after the hot 100 subs. You think you're
Hey,
too good for them? What is
nope.
wrong with you, Rick?
I'm going. My next goal is 250. Hey, I'm planning out what I'm doing beyond
Yes.
100. I was planning out what I was
Yes.
doing out before 100 before I hit 100.
Well, I'm only 62 away from 100.
John's like less than 15. John's like 13 last time I knew. Okay, and you guys are on here, so I'm gonna do that right now while I remember. Put you two in the
And for those out in the chat,
description.
if you guys are brand new to our little show here, we're on every night and we try to entertain you. If you guys will please hit that like button, smash that like button for Rick here, and
And if you've yet to,
please subscribe to his show. And if you guys want to go over to Tank Ferret and subscribe to his show, his
yeah,
channel,
oh,
and you guys can go over to Good Dog Press and subscribe to my channel and John Dillard. Even though he's not here with us, he is in the chat. Go over to his channel and subscribe to him also. Spread the cheddar.
okay. I've actually already got you in the
Thank
thing,
you, sir.
so
Manny, that was so stoic. I felt like I had to give you some accompanying music.
Hey, I'm learning. I'm learning from the other chats that you gotta
Ah,
get out there and sell everybody. Build the
and
community. We're building a community here.
and this is the great thing. I've worked in I haven't worked in comics very much, but I've worked in the professional art field.
I guess I'll put
Uh,
John in.
geez, pretty.
Rick, you gotta be quiet when somebody's trying to make a point.
Okay.
I, I've worked in the professional art field for well over a decade, since like 2006, and I have never seen a community like comics get. I've never seen a community that is actually in reality so diverse, and where the diversity is not the thing on the tip of their tongue, but it's how to be better, how to grow an industry, how to sell their product, how to make a better product to sell,
Hmm.
and how to interact with it. And they crowdsource with the fan base. And this is one of the reasons why I like writing cyberpunk so much, is that a lot of people, they just overlook this technology that we use, and it's just amazing. And Comicsgate offers an environment like nothing else. I mean, Ethan Van Sciver coming on the Drawn and Quarter Pro Show, uh, our guy, getting a chance to hang out with some hot shot pros.
Hmm.
That's huge. That doesn't exist anywhere else.
Exactly. And like for me,
Sure.
nobody heard of me two weeks ago, and I jumped on and I won the fan edition. Then I was with the pros the next week. Like, who the hell is this Good Dog Press? You know. So I'm
Yeah,
grateful
and
for what happened to me. Is like I'm happy. I mean, yes, I did not win the show. I did not talk up. I should have talked a little bit more. But just for me to show that I can hang with the big dogs, I was happy.
yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, it
I still got
was.
robbed. The damn dolphin was nice.
Dude, that I actually told Chester Busby that if I had money, I'd put it on you that you were going for the internet vote. I thought it was a beautiful tactical choice that you were going for the Dolphin, because that appealed to the hardcore Lobo fans, and that's just a meme on the internet. Anything riding a Dolphin, I think you would have nailed it if you had like if you were able to use color, because it was rainbow coming out of the back
Well,
just would have been nah done.
what I need. What I need to do is I need to color that and fix it up too, because like the chain is a little bit off. It should be fixed. The fin should be fixed. So I mean, I'll fix that up and I'll color it and then I'll put it out to Mike and Edwin and all those guys. Just at all of them that I competed against. So that
Right.
dolphin will return. It will have its own life.
Okay, so what do we got here?
We got going on in the chat.
Yeah. Right here.
Okay, let's see what's going on in the chat.
Ooh.
Since I guess I'm the spokesman for this channel now.
That's right.
Yeah, since he won't do a live stream on his own
I
channel.
I will, and I already have the title for my very first show. It's gonna be Manny drawing Skunk Girl live with SJWs and half naked men. Total clickbait.
You were doing that last night on here.
Yeah, but it wasn't in the title.
True.
Okay, so Ray Escarcerga. Hopefully, I'm not killing that. Said Pope Raven will win. Pope Raven, you are correct, Ray, with a smiley face. John Dillard, Gaming the System, said Rick says to heck with my original 100. I want new, better subs. So I guess you don't like us,
Mike,
Rick? You don't like your original subs? What's wrong with you, Rick?
yep, I love them because you can't get to 250 without that original 100.
Then John Dillard said, Gaming, he said, I appreciate subs. John Dillard said, sub to me. I won't ignore you. Chad Middleton said, the money and fame all went to Rick's head.
What money?
Mighty Geek Studio said, I appreciate subs also. Pope Raven said, I appreciate myself. Chad Middleton said, I appreciate Jesus. We all appreciate Jesus on this program. Yes, we do.
Speaking of John Dillard gaming the system, oh man, this guy is slick. You should head over to his channel. You should hook up to his Twitter feed and pay very close attention to what this guy does. Oh man, this is like straight from the playbook on how to properly maximize your investment into getting your name out there and establishing credibility. He is gaming the system, so do check out his channel.
He's just pimping himself out.
Oh, he's slick, dude. He's slick. I'm a big fan of like Art of War and Book of Five Rings and all sorts of strategy and stuff. I love that stuff. John Dillard he's slick. He's got a plan. Keep
Yes,
your eye
he
on him.
does.
I was watching his chats and super chats in the drawn and quartered competition tonight, and how he gets his name out there. Wording of his little, we'll say, didn't so much as super chat as pay to have copy read off live on the air.
Right.
Very,
Yeah.
very sneaky. Very good.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Hey, I'd be doing that if I had the money to.
John Dillard's on my team when we're playing 40K. That's all I'm saying. He doesn't know how to, even if he doesn't know how to play the game, I'm going to teach him because he's going to be good at it.
I don't have product yet, but when I do have product, I will be doing the same thing.
Absolutely. I'm going to, one of the stretch goals I'm looking at is getting some chibi fun versions of my science fiction 2065 Retribution is very serious science fiction tale. It's a science fiction novel, but I'm doing it in graphic form
Hmm.
because I'm not very good at writing, and I don't want to have to pay for a ghostwriter just yet. I have that lined up. Because it's going to be over 400 pages of story. Um,
Cool.
and Sorry, go ahead.
I just said cool.
It's cool.
So
400
yeah,
pages, cool.
and it's very serious though. It's a serious thing. I mean, it has its moments of levity, just like any story would, and has its funny moments and whatnot. But that's not the focus. So I do kind of like in the actual Indiegogo campaign itself, I do want to put some fun stuff out there and poke fun at my own creation. Because if you can't laugh at yourself, you have no right to laugh at anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
True, very true. I laugh at myself all the time,
So
especially when I tell jokes.
I have tracked down possibly one of my I think this person is my favorite chibi artist. They do the most unique and best chibi characters. They really capture the essence of the character. Um, Unfortunately, they don't like drawing that style too much. They're kind of grown out of it, and they're trying to move on to a new style. But hey, when your customer base finds what they like, you're stuck with it.
John Dillard says Rick is stepping on the necks of his 100 subs just to court new subs. And John will be doing that very soon himself too. Chad Middleton, we know your ghostwriter is Chuck Wendig, Tank.
No, no, because have you read Aftermath? Oh my God, that I wouldn't. No. Oh, oh, that hurts me on the inside. Not even a
John
little.
Dillard, John Dillard, hey, my secrets, Tank, you found me out.
What can I say? I'm an astute observer. No, no, seriously though, folks, you should sub to his channel. You should follow him on Twitter, because this guy's playing the game right. And if you can pick out what he's doing, because he does try to make it obvious sometimes. Sometimes he does that whole in the military, you know, stomp the boot twice. Um, uh, but you got to catch it. And that's one of the great. He's one of the great things about Comicsgate is that he's one of these guys who he brings something to the table and he wants to share it, and that's great. Anytime you have that, bring it to the table, share it. You found something out new that's cool. Found out something you shouldn't do. Bring it to the table. Let's discuss.
Yeah, you got to figure out how to game the system.
That's why I'm working with Rick here. We're gonna.
Yeah,
I'm,
that's why I work
I'm
with you guys too.
this
You guys on
character
here,
development.
you guys
Right?
come on here and you bring up my viewers.
I'm gonna give Rick a free $150 worth of my time here. I get paid $150 to tune up somebody's character. We're gonna do
Cool.
this. Rick and I, our teamwork is gonna beat John Dillard. Sorry, Jude. You're going down. Charlie Brown. You can just call us Lucy, because the doctor is in.
You
So,
okay?
so,
You,
Keep a straight face.
so
so
have you read with that? Have you read the script yet, or not?
Oh no, no, I haven't. I
Oh,
was just looking at your character at the one guy, the amalgam man.
oh.
Yeah, because I loved the first Amalgam Man. I was like, dude, this guy is in depth. I mean, I had fun with that. I'm still looking at that picture. I'm like, dude, I like it because that's that character, and then that's the character. I don't recognize that character, so I jumped over to Google and I look up just list of super characters, and I'm just like, okay, it's that character. That's okay. I thought it was that. Rick,
Heck,
I
I
tip my
forget
hat
half
to
the
you.
characters I put in. Well, maybe not half, but I forget some of the characters I put in there.
Like that was a very tight packing job. I bet you're also good at Tetris.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. Oh, yeah.
so Chad, on my screen, I have my own chibi artist, and he's your favorite fan.
Ooh.
He did that last
I
year.
love it. Wow, really? That is so awesome.
What's
Mhm.
that?
And he was only 9 years old when he did it.
Well, you know what?
Cool.
That style is, I like that, man. Do you have any
Yeah.
more recent sample work of his?
Oh, I'll show you another thing that he did for me last year. He did this. I like this.
Oh,
His
dude, that
his
is so
little
Uh,
cool.
his little Deadpool.
See, I could take,
Deadpool Pokemon?
Yeah,
okay.
that is so cool. So I already got my chibi artist. I'm still waiting for my chibi skull girl. I mean skunk girl.
Skunk Girl's a solid character design. Like that's something that's going to be easily recognizable and it's going to be easy for other artists to reproduce.
Oh yeah,
But it's going to have enough detail that people are going to be interested in drawing it. That's a solid design, dude. I tip my hat to that.
cool. Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
And I love the name too, the unbreathable skunk
oh,
girl.
dude,
It's
no,
like
Yeah.
that ball came in and you Babe
yeah.
Ruthed all
And it
over
is
it.
copyrighted, people. I was smart enough to copyright before I even put it on the internet.
Good, good, good.
I am not.
Well, when you
This
do
is
put
not
it
my
on the
first
internet,
rodeo.
that is immediately anywhere that is immediate copyright, and those
Hmm.
records are subpoenable.
Well,
So
the
poor man's copyright's even easier to get done today because back in the day you had to pay somebody to publish it.
right, but I mean, I did electronically. I got the
Smart.
copyright. I did it before
You
I
have a
even put it up.
registered copyright, which is
Yeah.
even bigger.
Yeah.
And you need to
Uh,
register the Unbreathable Skunk Girl as a trademark.
Yes.
And that costs money.
Yeah. I got three. I got my logo. I got my other two comics that are going through that process right now, and it costs us big bucks. It's
yeah,
not cheap,
for sure.
and you got to
Chad,
make sure you do it correct.
Oh,
yeah. Chad Middleton says Hulu deleted a tweet just now saying to dress cultural appropriate and not to offend anyone for Halloween. So is that a good thing or a bad thing that they deleted that
well,
tweet?
see,
That's PC
I
people
think it's
Roundabout.
a good.
see, people every year they get dressed up in like really tacky costumes that are just like, dude, I don't know what party you were headed to, but it sure wasn't this one. I'd go home and change my costume before somebody knifes you, sir. Um,
Yeah.
but I'm used to
Well,
hanging out with a pretty multicolored crowd where I'm just a pasty Irish kid.
well, actually, I think it's pretty good that they deleted that because they're saying forget the cultural. If you want to dress as Indian for
Yeah,
Halloween, who cares?
yeah. The wording of that was bad. It's like just don't make it tacky. Just the avoid the stereotypes. Don't do blackface.
Yeah.
If you're gonna, don't dress up as a Native American if people are gonna be offended by that. Just be tactful. You don't have to make like you don't have to go like on some crazy insane crusade like the SJWs or anything of the sort. But just have people's feelings in consideration. And you don't. I mean, come on now.
Well, unfortunately, at this day and age, you're liable. No matter what you do, you're going to offend somebody. And
It's true.
Mighty Geek says Deadpool Pikachu.
Yeah, that was bad, huh? That was awesome. Like
That was
bad
awesome.
A. I was gonna say the bad word, but not on this channel. That is incredible. I love that.
Yeah.
That's why I am actually interested to see some more sample work because if that's awesome, then I'll commission my greatest fan with some royalties. Um,
Well,
I'm building a for-profit share business. I've hired a QuickBooks consultant so that way we put in how many units are sold, how much money was made from those units, and then everybody gets their electronic check
cool.
for life. And it's the lion's share goes to whoever produced the comic, like the writers, the artists, The creators always get their cut. Even people who tossed an idea, they get it a share of 10%. It's called the Creative Commons. So we've all had those friends that had that really great idea. And you're like, dude, can I use that in my story? They're like, oh yeah. Well, you're like, well, let me hook you up with something on the back end. Oh no, dude, you're my friend. You take this idea. And you're like, all right. Well, I figured out a way to hook them up on the back end, and it's still a highly profitable model because it's all based off of net. So it's based off of how much money you actually make after you paid your expenses.
Yeah.
Math, ah, savior of the universe.
And here's more some art from your favorite fan.
Ooh.
And the funny part was he did all this in one sitting, and I'm like, what is he watching? I know he
yeah.
never saw any of these movies.
Yeah, but all he has to do is look up stuff on the internet.
Yeah, pretty much. So he did this, and he also did this one. It's like, okay, what are you doing, son?
He's
Hold
got
on
some
one second.
friends
I was
here.
on the wrong screen. I was like, why don't I see anything? I was like, oh, I'm paying attention to chat. Okay.
Well,
Oh,
it'll
we
come
got.
up in the chat eventually.
So he did this Jason,
Love it.
and he did a Scream. He did the Scream, and I did Frankie.
Uh,
That's an observant eye. That kid really has an observant eye.
Oh yeah.
well, he's being
Okay.
taught by
Oh,
his
look
Um,
at that.
dad, so probably a
mhm.
little.
His attention to detail is awesome. I mean, look at this It character. I've never even seen the movie. I know of it, but I've never seen it. So Pennywise, right?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
I thought
Heck
that
yeah.
was the clown from Spawn.
No, that's Pennywise from the It
Uh,
program. Yeah. And as he was doing all these chibis, I was doing this. So
That's awesome. I love that,
a little
dude.
bit different
That's
style.
I love the attention to I am a stickler for detail. And I do love that attention to detail in
Cool.
that.
Yeah.
Chad Middleton says those are great drawings.
Yes, and all those drawings that you guys saw, those chibis, that is Pope Rogue.
Yeah. John Dillard says I'm gonna dress as Skunk Girl, except I'm gonna be young and attractive.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Uh-oh.
yeah.
Eagle 43 says no. Michael Myers. Um,
Oh,
Wendy Good Dog Press's wife says I had no influence on his choice of characters whatsoever.
yeah, she wasn't there. And I had no clue. I'm like looking, I'm doing my drawing, my Hellboy, and then I looked down, I was like, what are you drawing? Oh my goodness.
I have
Mighty
a
Geek
fun.
says
Oh,
Mighty Geek says cool Pennywise.
Yeah, it was. It's
oh,
all
yeah,
the drawings are cool.
they are very good.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's the chat cut up for the moment.
I have a fun Halloween story. Halloween 2007. I got dressed up in my nicest suit with my just coolest, nicest, flashiest silk tie. I went out and I got, my hair done. I got my nails done, my hands done. So I looked super clean, super professional. And I even went out and got fake business cards made. And I said that I was an investment broker selling derivatives. 2008, that would not have been a funny costume at all. People laughed at me in 2000. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, you're pretty scary. 2008, that's when the derivative market collapsed. Next year, people were like, they were looking at Halloween pictures from the year before. They're like, dude, now that we look back on it, you actually had the scariest costume.
Yes, you did. Okay. I forgot to guys show you guys this one.
Ooh. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Let's
Oh,
see.
forgot to show you guys this one that Pope Rogue did.
That cyborg or who is that?
No, you don't know who that is? Come on, chat.
Chucky.
Tell them who it
Oh,
is, chat.
Rainbow Bright.
Come on,
No,
chat.
Chucky. Sorry, Chucky. Chucky.
Chucky.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's the scarred
Yeah.
up Chucky too.
Yeah.
That's cool. He captures the essence really well too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's not
Gonna have to get.
tracing. You can tell he's not tracing either.
Now this is original.
And the thing is, he's using a Sharpie. He's not drawing pencil first. And I keep on telling him, do the pencil first. And he just goes with a Sharpie. And of course, the Sharpie bleeds through the paper onto the table.
That's when the alcohol comes out.
Yeah.
And then after Daddy has a drink, he gets to cleaning. No, just kidding.
Uh,
What can I say?
guess
Don
I'm
Rickles
gonna.
is
I
my
guess
guardian
I'm gonna have
angel.
to. Guess when I get Cross Comics going and he gets real good, even better, I'm gonna have to scoop him up from you.
Yeah. No, he's got to be my backup artist. He's got to do the chibi storyline for Skunk Girl.
You should actually do that. That would, as an ash can or something like that. Have it
Yes,
write a
yes,
little script up for him to draw.
yes, I will.
Oh, there's so much fun stuff. And another thing I really like about his style is that you could take something like this and get one of those little metal pins made with the color filled in, the color enamel on the inside. Because it's simple enough and the lines are good and thick. So you can get a
Uh,
little pin made and you sell that for you get them from the back end of China, but for real cheap, and then you sell them. You can get them for like $3-4 a piece. You order 100, and you sell them.
Miss
You see how much those things go for. They go for anywhere from 20 to $35 American.
Miss Good Dog says Chucky. Mighty Geek says he's got a future in horror comics. Miss Good Dog says magic erasers. Best thing ever invented for a mom of five boys. Yeah, I could agree. That'd be a great thing. Magic erasers, good thing to invent.
There's so many jokes right there.
There's so many what?
So many jokes.
I think we should have something like once every week or every other week. Probably every other week might work better, where we get together and we draw Comicsgate characters. Um,
Our Comicsgate characters.
we could take a vote. We
I
could,
know. Well,
we
Rick,
could
Rick,
always,
Rick can draw somebody known, and we'll draw each other's comic book. Give some free press to each other.
well, yeah,
Hey,
fan art
let's
is
see.
fantastic.
Let's see. Although I didn't do this one live, I've drawn Red Rooster, I've drawn Lone Star, I've drawn Cyberfrog, I've drawn Salamandroid, I've drawn Bigfoot Bill, I've drawn Skunk Girl, I've drawn T Bird, and something.
I drew those all already. Come on.
I and all except for Red Rooster, all of those have been drawn live on my channel.
Yes.
See, we need to get you on with Chester Busby on like something like Bugbear's Basement, and just have you have all your Comicsgate fan art ready to roll, and talk about that and promote your channel, because that's something we need to promote. Is like, yeah, it's great drawn. I've been hanging out in the indie crowd for a hot minute. It's great drawing, the mainstream characters. They're really cool. We love them. We really do. but
And
we need to promote each other.
and Saturday I'm going to be drawing Brand Santana from Brand.
Nice.
Hopefully I'll be able to get Kanan and Antonio on. I'm going to send a link out to Antonio, and hopefully he can come on and promote his book at the same time.
See, I drew the
That
best
would be great.
Comics Geek characters right here. Look at the beautiful Comic Geek
Yep,
characters.
Look at that.
that's the best one.
That's
See,
good.
I'm not sure who has the most characters, me or Mike.
for uh,
See, I like to see well presented, diverse comics. This isn't shoved down my throat. It is what it is on the cover. It's something new and original. It is not something that has been repurposed to fit a message. It was something created to deliver a message, and therefore it is pure and true. I get behind that. I love it. The original run of Love and Rockets was fantastic. The newer run was a little preachy.
you're gonna like one of the pages in Skunk Girl if you like Love and Rockets. That's all I'm gonna
Okay.
say.
Okay. Yeah. You're a man who knows his
Yeah.
fiction
Have you
too.
got that script written yet, Manny?
For what?
Skunk Girl.
Oh, I drew out the pages already. They're all done. The breakdowns and the
That's
stick
awesome.
figures and everything. Yeah, I got it all done already. Now I just
Oh,
got to go and do the final pencils.
I was gonna say you're
I
working
got to draw the
digitally,
damn thing.
so
Yeah,
all you have to do is just repurpose your format and you're set.
I mean, I,
I thought you
There's
said you
that.
were going to send out the script for us to read
no,
to get our
draw.
feedback.
I'm gonna draw it all out, and then I'm gonna send it out to you guys, and then you guys can tell me what I need to change.
Yeah,
Okay.
that sounds like a
I
good
thought,
idea. Look at that. That is awesome. I love that CGA, um, Confiscate Alliance
Yeah. So
poster. That is awesome.
this is my second video I put up on YouTube.
I thought it
I
was
did
your
this.
third.
No, it's my well, yeah. I mean, you got your intro video. I guess that was my first, and then I had the Zashi from Drawbreakers, and this is my, I guess either my second or third video that I put up there.
I love that. That is awesome. I want that on my wall.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
You should go watch it. It's a nice 10-minute video. It's awesome. I frankly think that one is better than Mike's.
I really like it. That's fun.
Okay, let's see what we got here. We got
I
a
actually
message redacted from Miss Good Dog.
Wow.
uh, Mighty Geek says, check out Mighty Geek Art Studios on Facebook.
and Skunk Girl has to know that you can retrieve her messages. So just because she retracted it, but I did read it before you retracted it, so I already know what you said.
I don't. I didn't see it, so.
Well, you can still look it up. You're in charge. You can go bring it back.
Yeah, it sounded good. But I'll be nice and won't. Or maybe I'll do it later.
But I read it.
Don't. Actually, I don't think I can because I put next to it. It's got hit the three dots. It's just got report, put user and timeout, hide user on this channel, and add moderator. So let's see.
Okay, you got a Mighty Geek. You haven't said Mighty Geek one yet.
Yeah, I did. Check out Mighty Geek Art Studios
Okay.
on Facebook. I read that,
And then
and
what about
I was about to read John's, and then you interrupted me.
good? You're getting better at this.
uh, I'm a put Wendy in a timeout unless she subscribes to my YouTube and also hails Raven.
We don't hail Raven in this house. We hail Rogue. Both of
That's
them.
right.
Mighty Geek says, there will you will find some of my work. So check out Mighty Geek on Facebook, folks.
Absolutely. I'm looking at it right now, and I can tell you guys, I'm looking at the website. I'm just scanning through some articles real quick. This is really nice. It's got some fresh articles, not some topics not uh, covered so heavily on the mainstream sites, which are overly involved in politics. This gets down to talking shop, what's going on behind the curtain in Hollywood, and all of your favorite entertainment franchises. So, Jess, check out mightygeek.com and on Facebook as well. Mighty Geek, are you on Twitter?
Oh yeah, I watched the new episode of Flash. Well, not tonight's
Ooh.
episode, the one from last week. Finally got around to watching it. The new Arrow and the new episode of Black Lightning. They were all pretty good. Black Lightning was a bit preachy on things.
Yeah, that's to be expected. There's a lot of there's a there's a huge cultural charge when it comes to black people being expressed themselves uh, as a culture in the United States. They've
Yeah,
we've got to understand for a long time, dude, until quite recently in history, they were second class, dude. It was okay to say some really nasty stuff on TV about
yeah,
them. So the wound is still fresh, even though things aren't the way they used to be. Um, they're not perfect. The police really need to kind of get their thing together about profiling and stuff like that. But things are the honestly, things are the best they've ever been in history for everybody.
Yes, exactly.
So it's still a fresh wound though, and there's gonna be some yelling and some shouting, and all you gotta do is just listen. You don't have to get upset about it.
Yeah.
yeah. But other than that, it was all right. It's just I think they went a
All right.
bit overboard on it with it, but as long as they don't get too overboard with it every week or whatever, it almost made me want to turn it off.
Oh, okay. I'll have to
At least
definitely
for
check
my
it out.
taste.
At least piqued my curiosity. I'm not caught up at all, but I'll just have to go over to the CW and go check that out because you piqued my curiosity. I haven't had any time to get caught up on that. I'm still getting caught up on season 4 of Gotham.
Of what?
Gotham.
Oh yeah,
That's a fantastic. I love that show.
yeah.
It's a beautiful interpretation
Uh,
of how Gotham came to be. It's the first telling of Batman that doesn't have Batman creating all the villains.
Mm,
yeah.
They were there, and Batman was the solution, and I love that.
Well, I don't think he was ever created them, in my
No,
opinion. In the
but in
what was the reason for them coming into being?
They have all have various origin stories. Some of them are still kind of getting grooved into being established. Season 4 is
Yeah,
establishing the Joker, Penguin, Riddler, Solomon Grundy. Love
yeah,
Solomon Grundy. Beautifully done.
yeah. Well, Solomon Grundy, I think, is supposed to change all the time in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I've seen all of season 4, so I don't want to say too much. I'm pretty sure I've seen all of season 4. If
Yeah, I don't
not,
want to say anything either. I'm about halfway through.
I'm like, well, if if I've missed anything, it's maybe an episode, maybe two max. And I don't even think it's that much. So I don't
Well, it
want
is
to
on
say.
Netflix.
Uh, season 5, although from what I hear, there's supposed to be some big changes. There's supposed to be. I'm not sure. That all I can say is I've heard there's supposed to be some big changes. I think it's supposed to be going a bit into the future. Bruce is supposed to be
Oh,
a bit older and all that.
I really do. Well, that might be that because that boy they got to play Master Wayne, kind of went through a growth spurt. This dude's going to be like tall enough to actually be Batman. He's already looking down on most of the actors on the show when he was like, this is scrawny little thing when he first showed up. Puberty came and smacked that kid upside the head.
So I don't know what's. Yeah, I like Gotham for the most part, for sure. In some ways, I like that they've got the villains developed, but I don't. I think they're developed a little too early for the show because technically with the Batman lore, he's supposed to be away from Gotham like at least 7 years, learning all his stuff. I think it's actually like 10 years that he's away from Gotham, learning all his stuff. To be Batman. So
Yeah,
these.
and some of that they snuck into his adolescence through this storyline.
Yeah,
I'd be very interested to see what they do with it. I'm not gonna judge it before I see it. It's
yeah,
like
me neither.
you don't know if you like it until you tasted it. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Obviously it's not always the same because look at I think it was the Nolan Ryan Batman. It didn't take him 10 years, I think, in that Batman
The
stuff.
the pitcher,
Pardon? Oh, Skunk
Nolan
Girl.
Ryan, the pitcher.
Uh,
Chris Nolan, you meant?
oh, Chris Nolan.
Yeah, you said
Oh,
Nolan Ryan.
Yeah,
oh, I
that
thought
was
that was the
a heck
name
of a
of the. I
curveball.
thought that was the name of the director, Nolan Ryan.
Oh, Chris Nolan.
Oh, okay. At
Now he
least I
is
got
Chris
one.
Nolan Ryan. Draw that.
Mm. So what I got on my screen right now, I'm showing you guys that I'm actually tweaking the Skunk Girl cover.
Ah,
Uh,
cool.
on the left is the original, and then if you notice on the right, I am fixing the face, I am fixing the shoulders. So by the time it comes out, it's gonna be perfect.
Cool.
Uh,
Just locked it on you there for a sec, Manny.
and so you guys can see the difference. I mean, it was a good start on the left, but I'm getting it better and better as I go along. Just
Yeah, the
fixing them.
skunk. The one skunk looks a little bit bigger.
Well, no, I haven't touched the skunks yet. I just touched Skunk Girl's face. I
Huh.
redid the legs. I redid her shoulders. I got rid of the harsh blacks and softened it up more painterly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see it.
So it's gonna. I mean, I got a couple more months to work on it, so I'm not worried about it. But once in a while, I'll go on it and redraw something. I gotta make the skunks feel a little bit more distinguished, so they'll get there.
Yeah. What are you drawing tonight, Tank? I never asked.
Oh, tonight
Oh,
I'm
you.
all wrapped up for the day. I did do some character design. My client's in Russia, so I have to wait for them to get back to me. They usually don't get back to me until they're done with work, which is sometime like 3 o'clock in the morning for me.
Oh,
Um, but
cool.
we're developing his character. This is the second character for he's doing a kung fu comic. So where I'm helping him develop and flesh out these characters, make them more in depth, make their help them develop their abilities and their presentability, so that way it's like I'm like BASF. You ever heard of BASF? Their corporation. Their slogan is, "We don't make the things you use. We make them better." Uh, they're product development company. They use like you come out with a patent and a product, and then BASF if it sells enough, a BASF representative. It was easy for me to say. Will come out or you can contact the company and say, yeah, for a certain amount of percentage of your sales, we'll turn that product into something insanely dynamite.
Okay. Let's see. What do we got here in the soup? Ray says Supergirl is too flat chested. I feel like a pervert watching it. Yeah, well, she's not quite as big as she probably should be, but she's not completely flat chested. Um, John Dillard says Manny is a dolphin pervert. Okay, enough with the pervert comments.
Yes.
Mighty Geek says it's 10 years. That's probably the whole thing with Batman being away. Um, Good Dog Press says, Skunk Girl, save me from Dillard! I'm being bullied! John Dillard says, Manny's wife is shouting obscenities and dropping F bombs. I'm gonna have to block her here. I can only retract your messages so much. It's getting ridiculous. John, you know we can see when it says message retracted for her. Her name and message retracted. She's not typing at all, hardly. To be quite honest. Joshua's like, Hail Aurelia, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy raven. Okay, I am not reading any more raven religious stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of like Uncle Bad Touches talking about Raven's womb. Just saying.
No, Raven's mother's womb.
Oh,
It's
okay.
blasphemous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get where
You,
they're
you gotta
going.
you gotta you gotta read some of these things before you read it out loud. I would not have read that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't know
We
who's in the
read,
chat that might be offended by stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
I
Yeah.
get it's all in good fun, and I don't mind.
Yeah, but there's one thing you gotta realize, Rick. No
Yeah,
religion, no politics.
yeah,
that's right. You gotta save that for Cecil and Nurkish.
Yeah, they can go off, but we don't want to do that here.
yeah. Or try and avoid it as much as possible. I
Yes.
don't. I
Right.
don't. I don't mind. Like I said, I don't mind the good fun of it. You know, you can write in the chat. I'm not always gonna. Probably not always gonna read it
Right. You need to
for
censor
for the for the
censor
you know
that.
religious Raven religious stuff. Uh, Anyways, Ray says looks nice. Well, guys, I gotta go. Got to go. My boss is here. Have a good chat. Good. Have a good catch up. Catch you later. Okay.
Have a good one.
Good night, Ray.
Night, Ray. Miss Good Dog says, sorry, honey. Watching Wynonna or Pope Raven says he or she is offended. Unsubbing.
He'll be back tomorrow.
That's right.
Gotta start some controversy, man. Come on.
Where aren't you gonna spread your gospel that people will actually be able to read it? Where the chat doesn't go that fast.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too
Cross
much.
comics.
That's awesome. I love it.
I'm trying to give Rick some free press over here.
Heck yeah. No, I gotta draw some of these characters. I need. If,
Here's the thing.
Yeah, you gotta love Manny. Drawing one of my heroes as a villain, thinking it's Satan.
Hey, because it looked like Satan, okay? You had horns and a goatee. What am I supposed to think?
Supposed to listen.
Here's the
I
thing.
told you I cannot listen when I'm at work. I can't.
I
You could have listened
absolutely.
afterward.
Oh, man. I just saw it. I'm like, oh, that must be his Satan. Okay. I'll draw him in the background.
I was gonna say I love doing fan art of indie stuff. There
Mhm.
used to be a weekly challenge in the Independent Creators Connection on Facebook, where all you had to do is contact one of the admins and say, "Hey, I would like my character to be on the challenge," and then they throw your character up and say, "Hey, our challenge this week is this person who's a fan, and this is their original character, and and it was a lot of fun because then you get all sorts of people in there. Some of them are like it's a very similar atmosphere to Comicsgate, whereas you have very few pros hiding in the wings, and occasionally they come out and they scribble out this just amazing character because it builds up fan art, and then they got fan art for their little Kickstarters. Um, and fan art is great to show off, not on the Indiegogo, not on your crowdfunding directly, but to show off on social media. Um, and it kind can seem a little underhanded to network with a bunch of indie artists and get a bunch of free fan art to prime the pump. But all marketing is underhanded psychological manipulation. It's true. It's a dirty, dirty game, and you have to just make sure your moral compass is still pointing north when you make your action, because it's going to seem kind of slimy.
Yeah.
Ray says, "Hail Pope Raven, my queen."
Ooh.
My question is, do you hail Pope Rogue or does Pope Rogue hail you,
No, let's ask.
Manny?
Well, Poke Rogue, where are you? I'm pretty sure your iPad should be charged up by now. You can answer that question yourself.
You better be careful how you answer that question. You could get in trouble.
He knows how to answer that question.
Oh, that's just too much. I love this place. I love this show.
Okay, John Dillard says, "Did you guys know that that I'm the number one official fan artist for Comicsgate?" It's true.
It
Also,
is.
I am the most prolific fan artist in Comicsgate, and I'm the best looking. I also wear cool hats.
did
Ooh, Rick,
Uh,
that sounds like a
he
gauntlet
did he say
dropped.
prolific or
I think he said prolapsed. That's a word that's going around recently,
I
right?
thought he said purloin.
Oh, dude. Touche,
actually,
June. Quite
Oh,
bully. Yes.
actually, I was just gonna say I could be wrong.
Shop chop.
I might not have been the one to do the most Comicsgate characters so far. Manny might have. I don't know how many are in that piece of his. So
well, let's count them, shall we? You
Ooh.
wanna you wanna put the screen on me so we can count them? Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Let's count this. Let's see. Hmm. You know, the funny thing is, when I first started doing this, I put the black and white, the original from the 1990s, and then because that's all I had, and then he put his Indiegogo up, and I'm like, oh damn, I gotta change the thing now. So I had to change it
For who?
because the black and white was I had the original costumes at first. That's why when you watch the video, you actually see me erasing the original costume, then I had to redraw it, the new costumes
For
for
which character?
black and white.
Oh, black and white. Okay.
Okay, so
Oh,
let me do what I
oh.
did last night, and let's draw an arrow.
Hold on a sec, Manny. We got some stuff. Pope Raven. Hail, Pope Raven, my queen. You're your own queen? Okay. That's interesting.
Yes,
Joshua.
queen.
Yas Queen.
Joshua. In the Russia, the Pope hails you. IDK. Laugh out loud. John Dillard gaming this season. Go to bed, Rick. I'm watching you. I'm waking you up in 6 hours. Also, comb your hair if you're going to be on my show. John Dillard. I have done 67 fan art so far. and they look better than Manny's.
Show
Ooh,
proof,
man.
sir. Show the proof.
Okay. Okay, Pope Raven. I am the #1 Starfire artist. Joshua Hughes. Pope Raven is the best male Pope Queen ever. Okay.
Yes, Queen.
It's,
Okay. On to Manny counting his
okay, so let's go. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 characters on one freaking damn thing. Yes, with a pain in the butt.
Ooh.
That's
The
That is impressive.
original is 17 by 33. Three panels. Pain in the butt.
Okay. I think Manny's got it at the moment.
Well, for a group shot, maybe John has done more fan art than me. Okay, but for a group shot, yes, I do got him beat on the group shot.
And me,
You know,
because I haven't
So
done a group shot.
you guys get
John
chance.
John Dillard draws Comicsgate fan art in his sleep because the Comicsgate it got into his hand and then it went bad.
Oh, but Manny, you forgot. You
What?
forgot 7 characters.
Oh
They
yeah.
might not be on that one.
Oh exactly. We can't forget the greatest hero team of all time, the
That's right.
Holy Warriors. I want to always say the Holy Rollers. The Holy Warriors.
And
Coming
you
soon.
were.
Coming soon to Indiegogo.
No, they're not. Just Canadian Shield.
Drawn by John Dillard.
Heck yeah. No, I like that.
This is a very special fan art to me. Without this fan art, I would not be drawing on this channel right now with you. This was my ticket into the show.
I
So all
like
you fan art artists out there, give you guys fan art to cross. He might like you. You see, I didn't beg my way in. I showed him that I was worthy to be in.
That's what you have to do.
Yeah,
That's exactly what you have to do.
you know, I took my time. I researched his videos. I watched his hour and a half long video.
That wasn't an hour and a half. It was just an hour. Just over an
Oh,
hour.
it was more than an hour,
But
that's for
the
sure.
but by the time you stopped and played and stopped and played and
Well,
it was probably
I
like
had to
two or
go
three
through
hours.
it and stop it and make sketches of your characters. I mean, that's the only sketches I had. So when you start to critique me, I'm like, that's all you gave me. It's not like I have all your references. But it was
Hey, well,
fun.
that's one video. You could have went through my looked for through my other videos and seen whether I had any other references. I think I mentioned my website, which has references.
Yes, but I did go to it later.
I'm just teasing you, of course. It's
You're
no fun without teasing, right?
right.
Hey, I was really appreciative of it because what's the first thing I did?
Yeah, you put it
I
on your
showed
show the
it.
next morning.
I showed it off.
Yes, you did. You said, oh yeah, I got something to show you guys. I got this fan art last night. And I'm like, ooh, is he going to talk about my fan art? And sure enough.
Hey, I showed off yours too, John. Anyways, let's get the chat. Um, but we're okay. Mighty Geek, nice group shot. Joshua Hughes. I am the number one person who edits Starfire art to make it look like Raven. Pope Raven. That is the worst fan art I've seen. John Dillard. Rick is very ungrateful to his fan artists. Yeah, just
Ooh,
because I
man.
critiqued them.
I took the critique and I said he's just an art director, and I had to make changes. I was not offended by your critique at all because I am a professional.
And it wasn't really even meant to be a critique to you. It was just because, I figured,
Oh, I
just like you
mean,
said, you didn't necessarily have the best reference for whatever reason, or you saw something wrong or whatever. I was just letting people know who don't know my characters.
right. I mean, that's one thing to all you aspiring artists out there. You better make a real thick skin. You don't got a thick skin, don't even think about showing your work in public.
Oh, you're absolutely right.
You do not belong in this business if you have a thin skin. And funny because I watch some of those pros and you can tell which ones have thin skin.
Right.
Not going to mention any names, but you guys know who they are. Just watch the shows.
All right.
The
Let's see
public
here.
is merciless. The public don't care. They either like you or they don't. And they'll tell you. We're
You guys there?
Yeah, we're here.
All
here.
right.
I
I
thought
sent
somebody
a
was going to
message.
come back with a yes. Preach, Manny, preach.
You
I'm
got something
sorry.
to shoot.
I zoned out for a second because I was dealing with technology.
Oh, I thought you had something to show us there.
I did, and I sent it in the Hangouts chat because I don't know how to screen share on my uh,
Oh,
cell phone telephone.
okay. I wouldn't have any idea for your cell phone. I was just gonna say if you got Google Hangouts on it, up in some way, just
Yeah,
up in the left side,
I'll have a
there's
computer
gonna
here
be.
shortly. But I said something. I put it into the chat, so if you can share that. But I want people to see this because this is pretty standard. Um, this was let's see
Okay, did
here.
you put it in the chat here or what? What chat?
I think I did. I'm gonna try this
Oh,
over here.
because there's nothing in the group chat here from you. John
Okay.
Dillard. John Dillard says Rick wants you to scroll through 80 hours of his live stream content just so he won't yell at you for producing free work. No, not 80 hours, just 10.
All right. So here's what I'm gonna do. How about I send it to you via Twitter,
Okay.
there, Rick? I'll send it to you via Twitter, or better yet, I'll send it to Manny via Twitter since he already has his screen up.
Cool.
Is that all right?
Sure.
All
I
right.
got Twitter. I can get this stuff up easy.
Okay.
Ooh,
Well, you're right here
art.
anyway.
Is that black and white? That looks like Emma Frost. To notifications.
All right.
And then there's that feathers one that you're slowly working on.
Oh, yeah, I'm really slowly working on that one.
Yeah,
Did
all
you
because of
did,
us.
did you tweet it, Tank, or
Oh,
you
cause
DM me?
I'm
he
scrolling
sent it to
through.
you.
Well, hold on. No, I'm about to send it to you, Rick. I just have to scroll through 1,000 pictures before I find it.
Okay. Tell me when you're
All
ready.
right.
Okay, let me
There
know
we
when you
go.
sent it.
It is sending and says sent, but and I'm coming back to the other app. I love the future. Where's my flying car?
Still in the future.
Oh, I'm not that patient.
Where's your
But
flying car in an alternate 2015?
right,
Don Dillon. Work slower. Ha ha ha. John Dillon says.
gotta
Okay,
go back in time. Biddle-dee-doo-dee-doo-dee-doo.
gotta
But
get back in time. Bum, da, 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 da.
the guy you're about to see, the customer when he came to me with a what's his name? Liu Kang from Mortal Kombat. Dude looked like Liu Kang from Mortal Kombat, and it was like, dude, I need help. Can you make him not look like Liu Kang? I was like, okay, tell me a little bit about your project, and I put on my consultant hat, and we worked through it and came up with something that we felt is unique enough, but had a familiar feel to like the Tony Wong Kung Fu comics. I don't know if anybody here has read Tony Wong's comics.
I don't think so.
You can get yourself some trade paperbacks of Drunken Fist and Bloodsword Dynasty. I do highly recommend it. Just
Cool.
incredible. It is how to do it. If you want to do a martial arts story, you need to study Tony Wong because he's the guy who invented the Kung Fu comic as we know it.
Cool.
And they're good. Oh, the stories are great.
Okay. Let's see. We'll have it up in a second here.
Groovy.
Just, just gotta
But
get it where I saved it.
I want to show artists what they should have for their characters. Every character needs to have a sheet like this where it's got various angles of the character to demonstrate, their clothes, gear, stuff like that. This one was pretty compact because he wasn't gonna pay a whole extra bunch to get like tons of these sheets made for a complete character. He needed enough that an artist could start working with it, and
Okay.
emphasis on details for specific areas, along with at least 2 headshots.
Okay, we'll just open it with Adobe Illustrator.
Oh, did I send you a funky file format?
Yeah, it says JPEG large.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, sorry. It's an uncompressed JPEG is all it is.
Yeah, I don't care.
It's
It's
probably
just it didn't want to open up in photo, so which
okay.
it's gonna go for. I think it should
Yeah,
open
my
up in.
because I don't get to unfortunately because I'm browsing through the gallery on my phone and what stuff I have shoved onto my SD card. I was trying to find the one of Scalpel Zero because hint hint plug, but I'm in the middle of moving, so I guess that one's packed up right now. But I do have a full character sheet for her.
John Dillon test couldn't possibly be slower than this bank vault.
I'm not trying to bank vault anymore, people.
Nope.
Look at what we see here.
Curvaceousness.
We have a butt shot.
Butt shot.
Okay, so
Butt shots. Butt shot.
okay, this really ended up pixelating a lot.
Oh, that's a shame. I don't think I have a better version. Oh well, you can look it up.
Well, I'll show it off and.
Well, if you actually did you tweet it to me?
No, I tweeted it to Rick. I'll tweet it to you too.
Tweet it to me. I'll be able to put it up on my screen.
All right.
Well, I can put it on my screen. That's no problem. It's just a little bit.
Oh no, the picture is like terribly pixelated. It's god awful.
Oh, right there.
That's a bummer. Yeah, no,
You can make out stuff obviously, but
Yeah. but it's all terribly pixelated. The version I sent you. That's a shame. I don't know if I have
Well,
another version of that. I'll take a look. Take a peek. Oh, well, I have a different one. Oops. Dang you, wrong buttons.
Dang it.
Sometimes my thumbs just don't want to listen to me.
yeah, I know that problem.
See, oh, I don't know if I've messaged you yet privately. There, Manny.
Pretty sad. My skunk girl's tail is going to hide most of that bank vault.
All right. It's an enhanced bad photo, but it's at least of a decent quality.
Have you sent it yet? Or
Yes, I just sent it to Manny.
oh,
Okay.
This is my character, Catwalk, who I might do a comic about him someday. He's more or less like a plot device. He's my first copyrighted and published character. I originally published him in 1991 when I was 14. I published him again in 1993, where he had a little one shot in an underground comic, and I almost had to go to court over the rights regarding him. But
okay,
luckily,
Joshua.
they backed down. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and Joshua Hughes says, and the Raven never flitting, still is sitting on the plate of Pallas. Not sure how to say that. Just above the chamber door, and her eyes have all seeing of a demon that is dreaming. And the lamplight is over. I'm not sure what that's from. Over here, streaming throws her shadows on the floor. And my soul from out the shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore. I'm too lazy to copy and paste the whole poem, laugh out loud.
Quoth the raven. Nevermore, nevermore. James Earl Jones did the best reading of that ever. Second place goes to Christopher Walken. Beautiful poem. I love Edgar Allan Poe. That was a tortured individual.
Mm.
Like Stephen King, but on more drugs. Oh, it's true. The guy was horribly strung out on the snake oils of the day, peddled to him by people professing to know about medicine. So, just so you kids know, the opiate crisis going on in the United States right now is nothing new in history. This has happened before.
Hmm.
Oh
This
yeah.
is why we shouldn't study memes in history class. We should actually study cause and effect.
Because those that do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it.
Absolutely. And, if we're just learning memes, which I don't mean like internet memes, I mean like Richard Dawkins' definition of memes, you know, uh,
Yeah.
learn specific dates and events. Ad nausea is the same subject that was covered in an earlier grade. No, you should be learning something new. You should already have known that. One of my favorite quotes is I forget who it's from, but it is important for us to be educated. No, unless we are educated, we are in a dangerous position of taking educated people seriously.
Yeah. Educate yourself. In other words, know stuff yourself. Don't expect somebody else to educate you. Otherwise, you could be fooled.
Oh yeah.
for like
No.
a
Well, after a while, after you educate yourself on a subject enough, after a while, the news articles that come out on that subject aren't going to be enough to satisfy your curiosity. You're going to be like me, and you're going to be going to some .edu trying to read some grad student's hypothesis on the subject that you're into.
yeah.
And in fact, I have a friend up in Canada. I'm blanking on her name. She is a professor at the University of Ottawa, and she's a geology professor. But I do like to correspond with her from time to time. We talk about the moon and mining prospects. Not that
Cool.
I'm foreshadowing anything in my science fiction. No, gosh, why would I do that?
Okay. Pope Raisin saying about the poem. It's beautiful, Joshua. I am crying for real. Joshua at Pope Roman. Thank you. I wrote it myself. Pope Raven. You're a genius. John Dillon. I don't know. I like Rick's reading of it. Mighty Geek. Edgar Allan Poe. The Raven.
All right, so you heard that, Rick. Your fan base just said that you're gonna have to do a reading of The Raven. That's what I heard.
Is John Dillard my fan base?
He represents everyone's fan base. He's the king. He's the guy who went to the drawn and quartered main. He's the fan who went to the drawn and quartered main edition and
Yeah, and
stole the
actually won
belt.
it. And actually won it, unlike some other people
Yeah.
here.
No, dude, I think he should have been on the next week because he was the reigning champion. I think the reigning champion needs to come back absolutely the next week and defend their title. But they let
Yeah,
him
but the
exit the door with that unanswered. They're scared.
problem is he would have had to take off work, and he doesn't want to take off work too often.
So I dig on that. Remember, if you're scared, just say you're scared. And if you're scared, go to church. And if you're going to church, pray for me. That actually was an actual conversation that came up across a radio net when I was in the Army.
Cool. Pope, right, Pope. Mighty Geek says, I had to read it in 8th grade and high school. I didn't have to read it at all in high school or 8th grade or wherever. Maybe the Canadian education system is lacking in that way. Yay.
Well, like I tweeted earlier today, I said U.S. Department of Education removing dictionaries from classrooms since 1979. Uh, the last time I sent my kids to public school, I went in and talked to the teacher. The teacher seemed competent and good at teaching kids. And I was like, "So where's your classroom's library?" Over there. I look at it. I'm like, "You don't have any dictionaries." Oh, we teach the kids how to figure out the word from context. I'm like, dictionaries exist for a reason, you know. That's a great skill and all the way, like to try and that's a good logic skill, but that's not how you do vocabulary. So I pulled my kid out of the school. Because I don't know, I felt like depriving a child of a good education is tantamount to child abuse. That's mean, man.
Yeah.
That's
Need to
another
be
reason why I love comics. Comics are a gateway to literacy.
Oh, heck, it got me into reading. That's why my mom bought my first comic books.
Me too. Beast used to teach me new words every month. At least he had at least one 10-cent word in every Chris Claremont X-Men issue where I had to bust out the dictionary and learn a new word. And I thought that was kind of neat. Because then I had a new 10-cent word I could lord over my friends. The only ones who got it were the ones who read that month's issue of X-Men.
Joshua says, at Pope Raven, the poem is about my experience almost going mad with grief when I was told that I'd never see Raven in real life, but I shall see her sometime.
So Manny, I did send you that picture.
Yeah, and I've been trying to put it up, and I, I
Oh, no
can't.
worries.
Yeah, I've
I
been
just want
trying.
to make sure you received it because you're busy
Yes.
drawing the
No, no, no.
sensuous
I did
skunk
get it,
girl.
and I don't know how to show it. I've been trying to show it, and it doesn't let me save it. So I don't know. I
Send
gotta.
it to me. Well, send that one to me, the better one.
Okay,
All
I'll
right.
send it to you.
Well, either one of you, I guess.
I'll send it to you.
Both send it to him. Overwhelm him. The DDoS attack of art. Speaking of DDoS attack, that was possibly a cyber attack earlier today.
On YouTube, you mean?
Yeah. Google services were hit heavy, and we had a real heavy influx of traffic. Not too much overall, but it was very focused. So it was possibly a cyber attack, which is just wild. Such a weird Washington.
uh, John says, I think the return of home economics with emphasis on personal finances would do wonders for this country in the
I
public
agree.
schools.
I agree.
Yeah.
Some bookkeeping. My kids are surprised that their peers don't know how to manage their finances, and that their peers don't know that they should be investing now. And I said,
Oh,
well,
heck.
I've given you a leg up. I studied to be a fiduciary, so we're cheating.
Oh, heck. Heck, my mom taught me about finances when I was young. I remember I was in high school and I was in some class and they're talking about all this stuff for budgeting and all that. And they say this amount of money for groceries. And I'm like, you got way too much there. I can buy like groceries for like a quarter of that and feed four people or something, two or three people, anyways, maybe not four, but. And they're like, no, you can't. No, you can't. Like, I do it. I go with my mom grocery shopping all the time, and I've even went for her and done it. Still didn't believe me. Yeah. And they're like, oh, you're just going to be surviving on hot dogs. No. We get steaks and all that. Yeah, we don't get steaks for every meal, but you got to know how to shop when you're going shopping for groceries and stuff. And when you're on a real budget, you learn.
Oh, absolutely. I remember eating top ramen for nearly 9 months of my life. I was in the worst physical health I have ever been in because I rented a place that was beyond my means and I was stuck in a contract.
Did
Uh,
you either one of you send that yet or not?
Uh, I don't know what I'm doing.
no
You're gonna have
worries. I will look it up.
it ain't working for me. Somebody's gotta teach me. I'm a boomer and proud of it.
I'm a Gen Xer, which means I
Uh,
am prone to boomer moments.
I'm a Gen X too, but they still call us boomers.
Yeah, they don't realize that we're just prone to boomer moments. We're actually a pretty tech savvy bunch. And we're
some
underestimated,
of
but
us,
we're not going to do
anyways.
that. Let them underestimate us.
Yeah.
Oh, I do like that picture.
John Dillard says Dave Ramsey has a decent program. I don't know who that is. Maybe you two do.
No clue.
Somebody in the States, I would guess.
I do not know. We would need a link.
I guess decent program for education.
Yeah, we
Okay,
could.
just oh, there we go. He sent it.
I know in Cal. Oh, I sent you a different one just for fun because I was showing it. That's a picture I did for a pinup poster for Tides of Time. Lewis Tides is pretty awesome. I like that character. It's not a comic, it's a novel, but the guy's really a huge fan of comic art, so he's got a whole bunch of comic art for his novel.
Well,
Yeah, and he's fun. I like his artwork. He is the resident black man. He's the blackest of us all, uh, and he's a total sweet person. All right, now I have sent you the one of Catwalk,
Okay.
and that one should arrive. And this is just a general reference sheet. I made this because he did a guest appearance in Space Barista, which is a wonderful webcomic, little slice of life about a guy who owns a coffee shop in a trans-dimensional shopping mall. Um, I have to say the nuclear frappe for the creature for the horror from the beyond was beautiful. One of my favorite serving things. The guy's a barista in real life, and he has a comic out, Mayhem, Mayim, Mayhem. You can get it on Amazon Books for $1. It's a wonderful space opera graphic novel. It's fantastic. It's a wonderful adventure. A lot of personal growth and stuff. Um, so definitely worth checking out for $1. I mean, you can't beat it. It's by Michael Dambold. You can find him on Twitter and Facebook and all sorts of fun stuff. He's got and you can find him online. Just search for Space Barista.
Cool. Oh, speaking of barista,
Mhm.
Arrow had a nice little what's the Easter egg for Green Lantern. More to the Kyle Rayner days when he first took over.
Ooh, okay.
If you remember the coffee shop that was underneath his apartment that he did the artwork for, that is in um, Arrow.
Okay, that's cool. That's really
So,
cool. I like little details like that that make a world more three-dimensional.
you know,
Um,
since I'm a big fan of Kyle Rayner, so I certainly know that. That's when I really started picking up reading Green Lantern when he took over. Felt like a good time to take, thing. So, okay, there's the first picture you sent me.
yes, that is Lewis Tides with his my little thing I did for him.
Okay, nothing else to say for the picture, or
Well, it's well, I mean, it was just contacted. He gave me. I was familiar with the character. He's this time traveling dude uh, who goes back in time, and he writes history's wrongs and people trying to mess with the timeline and stuff. But it's got a new.
cool.
It's got a kind of like a. It's one of those. It's a black empowerment uh, comic book, and
Uh,
so it is developed for a niche market, but it's so well done that people outside of said targeted demographic can enjoy it. And he's not a preachy jerk, so you could really
uh,
get like it's a positive book. It's good. I like it.
That's cool. I was gonna say he does look a little bit like Bishop from the
Yeah,
X-Men.
he's got a little bit of like he's got a little bit of influence in on him. I had a little influence from Bishop when I drew the character, most definitely. I wanted to give him some cool body armor, and he's got his little magic talismans.
Yeah. Okay, so on with the next one. Here you go.
Yeah, so you should have this at minimum for your characters. Uh, Anterior, posterior, and profile,
Yeah.
uh, respectively. Those are the technical terms: front, back, and side. For those who don't want to waste time on such long words. And then I've got like little stuff pointed out, like these are little details and stuff, little notes.
Yeah.
So that way I could hand this off to any comic artist and say, hey, so this is the character that needs to be in there. In case the writer forgot to tell you, and the little scale at the bottom is based off of peak human capability. So
Uh,
uh, just as a reminder to the writer to stick with the established character. And DC Comics used to do this.
yeah. And Marvel too.
Yeah, I used to have the DC Comics guide for artists. I didn't know. I didn't know. One, I didn't know I wasn't supposed to have that book. That it was top secret. Two, when it was given to me, I didn't know it wasn't a coloring book.
Well, more what I meant by Marvel's version because their DC they had something similar to the
Yeah,
DC Who's, and for a while, and they had like little pages that were like about almost that size, and had the whole profile, had the pictures like that on the one side with the name, and then the other side had the whole profile on, you know,
absolutely. And
history.
I have four more reference sheets for him.
Cool.
And he's just a plot device. He's an upper dimensional type of guy. He's a sixth dimensional being. He can move around through time and reality just as you and I would go get a soda out of the refrigerator.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, yeah, he's a plot device. I could never put him in a comic because he's just so overpowered. He would just be like, oh, well, I'm just gonna walk while you guys are fighting the big ugly monster, the anti-monitor over there. I'm gonna walk over here to the possibility where he actually sees reason and gives up. See ya. You guys have fun with that. And so it's like a little bit of Flatland as well. Yeah, I don't know if anybody's ever read Flatland, but you can tell how much attention he's paying to you by how big he is. So if he appears a little shorter, that means he's not fully in your dimension, and that he's really not paying attention.
Uh,
And it's a good indicator of like, wait a minute, we might not be on the right track here because he's not fully here. Uh, no, he's fun. Right now, he's gonna do he's possibly gonna do a guest stint on Space Barista where he's gonna hold down the coffee shop from time to time, even though he's this super martial artist, omnipotent, trans-dimensional superhero. He's gonna go serve coffee because that's funny, and
Ooh,
because that's what he is. He's a good guy. He is the good guy. He wants to go through the universe and just have adventures and good times. He doesn't want all that fighting and stuff. He's had enough of it.
so what do you guys think?
I love it.
let's see.
That was the original, and I'm
Mhm.
reworking it to be that.
I
Let's
like it.
see.
Yeah.
Let's see.
This is original. That's the original. And then this, I'm going to rework it to be this. A lot more dynamic.
It is a
Yeah.
lot more dynamic. I really
Yeah,
like
for
that.
sure.
I mean, you
Yeah,
got to
that's
make
a better prose.
You got to make that first page stand out.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
I have a butt shot of Scalpel Zero on the first page just to get the reader down to the last frame.
yeah. So bring
But
on all the Frank Cho haters.
hey, yeah.
I'm gonna be the new Frank Cho. I'm sorry, I love women. Am I
Oh
supposed to
no.
apologize for that?
Oh,
I
when
don't
Milo
think so.
Manara got contracted by Marvel, I was like, Marvel, do you even realize what you are getting yourself into? Do you not? Now, I love his art style, even though I don't read his comics because he draws for
Mhm.
Penthouse Comics. He draws smut, and
I
he is
didn't know he
arguably
did
the
that.
best artist of the female body.
Mm.
And so when he did that Spider Woman cover and it looked like she was wearing body paint,
Hmm.
I was like, "Yep, that's Mila Manara." And I waited for the fallout, and it
Well,
didn't hit until Frank Cho did his picture. I was like, "What? Was nobody paying attention before?"
I guess not.
It's like that's a little risque to be on a cover of a all ages comic. I mean, that's fine if you want to, commission him for a pinup, that you're going to market to young adults and older. But if you're trying to get the teenagers on up, no, no, no. I as a parent say no.
Okay, Mighty Geek says the official handbook of the Marvel Universe for what I was
Yes.
talking about. Um, John Diller says, us Americans say he's not putting me in any attention. We also say put gas.
You're not putting any attention.
Oh, and I encourage people to put Catwalk cameoed into their comic book any way they can. Um, because he is a multiverse guy, and I do have a story that I'm developing right now that it will be a really fun crossover. I'm just getting the base gist of it, and then I'm going to start contacting creators and getting them together so that way we could have fun, do like an annual type of thing where it's like as we travel from dimension to dimension, we travel from artist to artist to writer. You feel me? Some that
Cool.
Image could never pull off. I think I think we could do it, and I think it would take some serious like planning. I would say like to even get the production into rolling, it might take 6 months to a year just to even get the concept solidified. You
Yeah.
know?
I've also got a dimension hopping guy too called Space Warp.
Ooh, see, Catwalk needs friends though. He hangs out with Lewis Tides from Tides in Time. That's one of his pals.
Yeah. In fact, my guy creates an Exiles type team called
Ooh,
the New Champions.
okay.
And he gathers, people from different universes. I'm not sure what the mission is. I had the New Champions for quite some time, and I had him dimension hopping, and then I was redo doing a whole picture of the team together at some point,
Yeah.
about a year or two ago, and I thought, you know what, there should be a dimension hopping team like Exiles.
You know what
You
we
know,
really need in the comics today? We need a new Strange Tales, a new Detective Comics, a new comic that is something new every time, every issue. Like it's a bunch of short stories, like little one-shot issues.
yeah,
Um, I think that go and you could use that as like a for marketing purposes as a fishing technique. You could like that's what Marvel did. They used it as a fishing technique. They threw it out there because DC Comics did it, and they scored a hit with Batman with Detective Comics. And it took a few issues to score a hit.
Well, at that time, too, you got to remember the stuff that they were doing was all over. Well, I wouldn't say all over the place. They had, except for Superman was the real fishing one, and then when Superman worked, they started working on other stuff in their other titles
Oh yeah. Well,
because they had lots of titles back then
and
under National.
another reason they did that was to cut down on the number of total titles, like um, the total number of titles, so that way they didn't accidentally oversaturate their market. And that's a problem we run into with indie comics.
Yeah,
You go to Kickstarter and Indiegogo and go hit that tab looking at comics, and man, there are a lot of projects out there. A lot of them look really good.
yeah. Well, back when in 1938, between 1938 and on till like I don't know halfway through the 40s, the comics back then were like they were like 60, 70 pages or more, and that's just comic stuff. That's not including a lot of the ads either.
Oh yeah,
You
and
know,
they were like Heavy Metal Magazine. They featured like 4 to 6 different stories.
probably more, probably closer to 10, I'd say.
Yeah, that
Because
too.
I've got like copies of Action Comics #1 and all that for digital stuff from back then. So
And we
it's
know the
just
business
amazing.
model. We know the business model still works because Shonen Jump is pretty much the only company out there that's actually doing it, and they're number one right now. They sell more comics than Marvel and DC.
Yeah.
Um,
Which
they
one is
sell
it?
more than Marvel and DC put together because I can go to my local convenience store that's open 24 hours and go pick up a copy of Shonen Jump.
John Dillard says, I was saying that yesterday. Let's do it. Strange Tales with us comics gators. I'm
Yes,
dead serious.
I'm down.
I'm
I'm
down.
down.
Yeah,
Especially
I'm down too.
us lower tier guys. I mean, that's the way to get known.
Well, and it for me particularly, that kind of idea is very alluring because I'm gonna have to I have to put out 2065 um, in in sequential format because if I were to just do the whole book and then get it out, I will have starved to death by then,
Hmm.
and I can't do that. Critias is in a tight spot. I'm not too far off from where Critias's story. 3 years ago, uh, my wife had a few $100,000 sitting in the bank as she was ready to as we were gonna move to from California to Oregon, and then disaster hit, and yeah, no, we're counting the cans to recycle them. We're making it happen. The kids don't. The kids are having a wonderful time. I mean, we just went out and got them a second round of Halloween costumes because they changed their
Cool.
minds. Oh yeah, I'm broke though. I don't have it. I have no comic. I saw. I'm $1,000 in personal debt, and as soon as I have that paid off, I am giving myself permission to buy comics again. I'm going to break this rule though because I'm going over to John Dillard's Indiegogo campaign and I'm getting that $2 package.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, you're gonna spend $2.
I know. And
How
I put myself on
dare
Big
you?
spender
on
there. Big
timeout.
spender.
Well, I put myself on timeout. I have no budget. I have no entertainment budget until I have my personal debt settled. It was a matter of personal ethics to make sure that I
Yeah.
got that paid off. And I'm almost done. Almost done.
Cool.
Okay,
Heck yeah.
well, there is my Trigon.
Oh, dude.
Oh, let me.
Let's get that locked on you. That's
Lock it on you, Rick.
There is my Trigon.
Oh, I love it. He is Titanic. I love it.
Thank you.
I haven't seen it yet. Where is it?
Pardon?
Where is it? I can't see it.
Oh,
I'm watching the chat, so I'm a few seconds late.
oh yeah. Chat's always like 20 seconds out or more. In fact, mine's even
Ooh.
further out than that.
Cool. Awesome. Good job there.
Yeah,
Cross.
no, that is dope sauce, dude. That is dope sauce. I like it. He is Titanic.
Dope sauce, better than weak sauce.
That's right. Gotta have the dope sauce. It's delicious.
Manny is saying check our Twitters. I'm serious. I will bleed for this.
You know John's gonna get mad with you for calling him Manny, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna
Sorry,
hear it
John.
tomorrow on his show. He's gonna be, how dare you, Rick?
I don't know why I did that. I guess I'm tired. You know, it is like 4 o'clock in the morning
Yeah, it's
here.
only 4 o'clock in the morning for you.
Let's see what John got to say. John has messaged.
All right.
John Dillon, my friend.
I think this Skunkyo is taking a turn for the better.
Absolutely.
That's a lot better than that first draft.
Hey, John, all right if I share this?
What's he gonna do? Nothing.
Ruh-roh. Oh, I can't wait till I'm moved. I'm gonna have a studio set up. I'm gonna have a non-potato camera, and I don't
Awesome.
have to kick it with the spiders in order to get
Y'all
my
just
drawing done.
John's like, y'all just don't like my ideas.
I
Yeah.
love his ideas.
His ideas are pretty plumb good, I tell you
Yeah, I
what.
like your ideas.
Or just don't come then good ideas and tell you what. Oh man, Boomhauer. I lived when I lived in Texas when I was in the army. I knew a dude who talked like Boomhauer. The dude just mumbled and you just caught keywords. We had this one dude. He was kind of a mess up, which is unfortunate because the dude had the funkiest accent. He had a Boer South African accent, so he had like a ghetto accent because Afrikaans was his primary language. So he would sound like German 1 second, English the next, Australian after that, with weird stops. It's like, dude, pick an accent.
Stick with one.
Okay, so here is John's thing. Riverside Horror.
I like
Ghost, 10 cent. He says he did this about 4 years ago. He says he's thinking about remastering it. Yeah, I should try and do a remaster of it for sure. I could even try and color it with following a lead ace detective, Johnny T runs afoul of an angry ghoul. 75
that.
suspense page. Although I think we'll have to charge more than 10 cents. Especially if it's 75 pages.
Well, yeah, no, dude. Like, if we got enough people pulled together and we lined up people as the primary lineup, and then we have people that are backup, just in case somebody in the primary lineup doesn't meet their deadline. You've got another story of the same size ready to, pow, go right in there.
Mhm.
Um, I think that we could do something quarterly and crowdfund the heck out of it. And all it takes is some clever QuickBooks, and everybody gets their fair shake.
Right.
So
Yeah.
the more you put into, because I love meritocracy, man. I'm all meritocracy. I'm for the little guy, and I'm pretty progressive, but I am completely against affirmative action. Um, I think it's bad. It's just favoritism on a different hand. Um,
Mhm.
and
Uh,
that's not how we get the best people. We get the best people by picking the best test scores, and we need oversight on that because there are some racist people. I use that word people in place of another word. Use your imagination. Uh,
okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, just saying. John was saying no. Something like this is for a comic skate strange tale. Yes, Queen. Let's do it.
Yes, Queen. That stuff
Yes,
is so fun.
Queen.
My brother is like full
Yes,
on Sheena
Queen.
Easton flaming ball of homosexuality. I love him, but he is like my dad said, like, dude, seriously, do you have to be so flaming? Um, oh yeah, no, he has that stuck in my head. I will never get it out. He was been saying that for years, and now it's popular and it's in the mainstream. I'm like, oh gosh, no, please no.
So, we could do this, but we should talk about it on maybe when all four of us can be in here, Friday or Saturday. Although
Um,
Manny's going out, so he might not be Friday. He might not be able to be here.
No, I won't. I won't.
So
I could.
John ruined the draw off the first time. Now Manny's ruining the draw off, although we have nothing to draw off of.
I say we do. I say everybody works up on doing a pinup of Skunk Girl.
Since I won't be here.
Yeah, since you won't be there, you'll have a pleasant surprise. You'll
Yeah,
listen.
so
You'll come back and be like, "Wow, dude, this is awesome."
and
Just
they
I've
all get
already done it.
or since John Dillard has an active Indiegogo campaign, maybe we should pick the prime protagonist from that.
well,
Yeah, we could do
I
that.
do want to put fan art in that first issue of Skunk Girl, and I already have two pieces of artwork that will go in there.
Awesome,
I could.
awesome.
I could. If I do just Canadian shit, I might try and see whether I could do a small book of fan art, depending on how much I have by then. I've got at least 3 pieces that I might be able to do. No, 4 pieces of Canadian. Well, no, three for Canadian
Well,
Shield fan art at the moment.
gentlemen,
Because
I
I'm thinking of doing the cover that John did as a variant cover.
heck yeah. Well, and we should talk about that's a good subject to bring up. Variant covers and other sales extras, also known as goodies. But I
Mhm.
am going to have to call it an evening. I have to be up in 6 hours.
Okay.
I, I have to begin. The move begins tomorrow, and I have to move a dozen people in 10 days
Oh,
and have
lovely.
Halloween set up and ready to run in full swing because we do a Halloween party for the kids every year where we watch a bunch of movies. And after the little kids go to sleep, we pull out the scary movies, and it's one of our family events
Cool.
around the house.
Oh,
So Yes.
Okay.
Whee!
Well, that said, it is 4 o'clock, just after 4 here, so I am probably going to end this anyway. So, we got one last chat from John Dillard. Manny's art stinks like skunk. Anyways, we don't need him on the project.
Yeah.
I don't know. It kind of smells like money to me.
I agree.
As long as it stinks of green, that's all right. Green's my
Yeah,
favorite color.
And
exactly.
I think she's very marketable. Oh
Oh yeah.
yes.
Oh
All
yeah.
trash talking aside, I think that's a marketable character, and I think you need to think outside the box on that one.
Oh wait till you see the new
Yeah,
videos that are
yeah.
coming up.
Okay.
It's
Yeah, but
yeah.
for Strange Tales, I'd say that might be where you might want to put a little bit of surreal in there, or maybe
Well,
something else. I'm not sure.
I mean, Cinta would be good for Strange Tales.
Yeah, but you've got 3 comic books of her already. You know,
Yeah, even
That's
Sariel.
awesome.
Sariel would be awesome for Strange Tales also.
yeah. Although you've got books are printed up, but you could do maybe some other story with him or whatever, possibly
Hey,
for it.
if he appears in a short story in that anthology, why not?
Yeah.
I'm willing to put him in there.
Or unless you've got some other character, that you can work with for it. Um, but anyways, that said, maybe Friday and maybe Saturday, if Tank's free, we can all get in and talk when we're all free.
Shoot me a
Okay.
message. If you want me to you want to invite me, I'm more than glad to come on to somebody's show and discuss whatever they want or draw a picture or anything of the sort.
Yeah.
I consider it an
That'll
honor. But
yeah.
I'm going to
So
be
that'll be
moving for
about
the next 2
yeah.
weeks, so just shoot me a message on uh, Facebook, Instagram, and if I'm able, I will jump in. Trust me, I will be looking for an opportunity to take a break and hang out with some cool folks.
Okay, Tank.
Okay. Well,
And
I'll probably just send you the link on Saturday night, about around 10 Eastern Standard Time.
Alrighty.
okay, Tank, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon at Tank Ferret Art. You can also find me on Tumblr at Tank Ferret Art as well. Patreon is under construction. At the end of the Towards the end of the month, I'll have a whole new system of rewards. But if you want to go ahead and toss $1 into the tip jar, do so because every level will have physical rewards.
Awesome.
So you may not get
Cool.
something every month at for $1, but quarterly I'll be sending you something cool like a newsletter or an ash can or something neat. Just so that way you get a physical product for your investment.
Awesome.
Cool. And his YouTube account is in the links below. So check it out. He doesn't got any content yet, but hopefully very soon he will after he's moved.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. I will be
But
And
having live streams and inviting people on. I'm thinking of doing a lunch hour things. I'm thinking of doing a North American lunch hour,
cool.
starting from the East Coast.
what would be your lunch hour?
I would start at 12 noon Eastern time and end at 1 p.m. Pacific time. So from 9 a.m. to, well, let's see here, from
I
9 a.m.
do.
to 3 p.m.
Hey,
9 a.m. to noon on Pacific.
can I? Don't
9
do
a.m. to 1
noon.
p.m.
I
Pacific.
do noon already.
Oh, you do? Oh, well then,
Noon Eastern.
I will leave your time zone alone, sir. I will not step on your toes. I will just have to come over to you for lunch then. I'll have
Yeah,
lunch
you
with
can do
you.
that.
all right.
Yeah, right now at lunch I'm reading this book. Who needs a superhero?
Ooh. Yes, I have
I,
that.
I'm
I have a watch list set up to watch that stuff that you've been reading off.
I'm in the second week of it. We are in on the Hulk, the monster within.
Ooh. So, folks, be sure to tune in.
And we can find Manny on YouTube as well.
Well,
His links are in the description below, or his website.
and you can get me
So,
on Twitter at press_dog. And you can find me on DeviantArt with Dog Press.
cool. That's
And you'll
looking
find
good.
me on Rick's program.
Yeah. Hopefully soon he'll be starting up when I'm ending. He'll be starting up his own live stream, so you can go
Yeah,
from me to him.
exactly. It would be cool if we could have 24 hours of us.
Yeah.
Soon.
Soon. We
And
are
then you
working on
go,
that.
and then you go from Manny to John.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, there might be a break. There might be a slight break.
Yeah. Well, somebody. Yeah. And you can find John Dillard in his link to his YouTube is in the description. Also, his a link to his Indiegogo is in the description as well. So go check that out. There's a $2 buy-in that gets you a digital comic, I believe. He can correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. And I also in the description is my link to my Facebook stuff, my Twitter, and my Instagram. So, and also Courteous's Detective Dead. If you go over there and do buy it, let me know, because I'll be honest, if I can get 3 people to buy it and they tell me and I can prove it to Courteous, I get a free copy.
Hashtag move the needle.
Yeah.
Okay, bye, Pope Raven. Bye, everyone. Have
Good
a
night.
great, wonderful night, day, whatever it is where you are. God bless.
Good night, everyone. Aloha.
Have a better one.